that while I may be recording today, I'm not actually streaming today. So thought I'd maybe make that correction. Thank you, Noodles, for that. Does that mean I have to do all that boring stuff again? I guess it does, doesn't it? Um, all right, so this is Tech Bandits. This is the Game Bandits edition of Tech Bandits. I want to make sure everyone could hear us. Can we hear us? Yay for sound. Sound is good. Oh no, wait a second. That's the old one too. Let's get this streaming thing happening. Hang on a second here. I think I was looking at the wrong stream. There we go. I'm gonna watch it now. There we go.
I don't think anyone's actually on yet. No one's on today.
That's because we didn't. We only just started streaming. Oh my god, I
Oh,
really screwed that up. Oh, I'm good. I'm really good. Um, oh, we
there
got.
we go.
There you go. It. Just takes a little while for people to sort of show up. That's why I usually like to just do. I like to just do my squirrel cam for a bit. But I thought I was doing that, and as Noodles so brilliantly pointed out, it turned out I was not. Yeah, I thought I had this beautiful image up. There's the house and stuff, and I was looking at it, and I was looking at yesterday's stream, and I guess yesterday's stream I started the same way. So I thought we were live. I was actually recording it. So there you go, Noodles. I'll use everything you said against you, because I'll. Um, so once we let people sort of funnel in, I will do my introductions and stuff. Hello, hello, says Elab. Perfect. Then I shall do my little introductions and stuff. So I should say now. So everyone is logging in now to say hello, hello, Elab and Farron Ho. Today is the Tech Bandits Game Bandits. So basically, I will try to keep sort of half an eye on the chat. Hello, Offset. Um, but I am mainly focused on the bandits today and talking about video games and video game tech and PC tech and console tech and all the new software and fun, exciting things that are out that way. This is sort of my way of trying to funnel kids from video games into science, technology, engineering, arts, and math in a very subtle way. It may or may not be working. Baz, are you listening? We'll see if Baz is listening. That'll be the real. Oh, and Noodles is back. It's faster for you to get water and come back than it is for my son to respond to hello on his chat. All right, Bradley, are you with us? Bazaboo? Oh, great, very good. Okay, all right. We've got so yes. So point being is this is our sort of little educational stream. You are welcome to chime in. I love distractions, as you know, because I've got a giant squirrel cam, which is currently taking over the entire place. Let's go to
Oh,
this.
Cal can't hear us. Cal,
Cal,
hello?
Cal can't hear us.
Cal?
Can't hear the bandits. All right, let's just try this.
So, if I'm
I
talking
can
over you.
now. There you go. Oh, you know why, Cal?
Okay.
Because I think I may have turned down the bandits just while I was doing the Stargate cam. So
Oh,
now you are hearing the bandits, and now I'm going to say that I have to thank DStat, our sponsorship level Patreon, much appreciated. As I very much appreciate all of the Patreons because that is what basically allows me to do this. I've got to thank all of our subscribers because that obviously helps as well. And what else? What was I saying? You said I was calling them donors before. It just sounds weird, doesn't it? There are people who just very kindly drop money into a PayPal account for Tech Bandits, and that also obviously helps.
yay.
And allows me to do little gadgety things and grab cool things to play with. I had a really cool chat actually yesterday with a couple of people, who run a company called Haddington Robotics. No, Haddington Dynamics, I believe they're called. So HD, yeah, HD, and they do this amazing robotic arm, which I think we may be able to get our hands on and play with. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I keep hearing the ads that come through because whenever you try to watch the stream, it's like you have to watch this ad first, and then for some reason it hasn't muted itself. So
That's how they
it's
make
like
their money.
I
That's how they
know.
make their. They gotta sell us. What if something's for free? Then you're the one being sold, right? And they're selling you.
And by the way, hello to everyone in chat. Offset. I'm probably butchering.
I butcher them all. It's half the
Turtle
fun.
Princess. It's a full-time job. Currently, yeah, that Liam. Ferrerenho 30. Hi Cal.
Cal says, I think I can thank Cal for being so amazing and my guiding light in these dark times. Thanks, David. You're so generous. You know, Cal, that's always in the back of my mind, but at the forefront of my mind is just how I can say something like that, but with a little bit more of an edge. Because I don't want to give you too much credit. But yes, Cal, once again, joining us here, although not joining us in Discord today. What's up, Cal? You're letting the side down. Cal is our resident gaming genius and mod, the hammer, as we call her, because she wields it and she wields it well.
She's actually on the Discord.
Is she?
She's just not on the chat or anything.
Oh, I see. She's not in the live chat. I see. Well, that makes sense. Sometimes you just don't, sometimes you don't want to hear the sound of your own voice. I don't know why anyone would not want to hear the sound of my voice, but, Oh, speaking of that, that is definitely on my agenda for this week is to finally record those Stargate, the McKay answering machine messages so that I can get those out to people because I feel really bad it's taking me that long to do that. Take it off and Hippie Ninja Simi, hello. Farron 30 is also saying hello to the bandits in chat.
Oh, I think someone's joined Discord. Oh, Lord Chunky.
Lord Chunky, where you been, man?
I was camping.
Oh, camping?
Oh.
What kind of camping? And was there Wi-Fi?
Backcountry camping in Killarney.
No.
And I got data, but no.
Oh, thank God you had data. So at least you could keep in touch with the world.
Yes.
The bandits' sound is low. Well, then let's remedy that. Let's do this.
Hi, Pac-Mom.
How is that? Is that a little better? Hello, Pac-Mom. How you doing, Pac-Mom? Pac-Mom is in the middle of like cleaning up from a massive storm damage. Yeah.
What happened?
Where is she?
Where are you based again, Pac-Mom? Because there was like a big tropical storm that came through and apparently just wreaked havoc in Pac-Mom's hood. So Connecticut, there you go. I didn't know Connecticut had been hit, to be honest, but and you're doing well, Pac-Bomb. Everything is back. You've got power. You've obviously got internet, which is, as I pointed out to Lord Chunky, the most important thing about camping is good Wi-Fi.
Every single time, the stupid ads.
Were you allowed, Lord Chunky? Do your folks like restrict the phone and stuff when you're out in the backwoods, or is it just there for emergencies? What are you using it for? Are you actually on the net and stuff?
Really? No. They don't restrict it anyway, but I just don't use it very often.
It's kind of hard to be using the internet when you're being attacked by bears.
They heavily imply that they would very much like family time since you are literally out in the wilderness.
You also don't want to really use your phone. No.
Really? I can't get my head around that.
Yeah, same. I don't like.
Maybe we should get. Do you think we should get? How do you think Baz and I would do out in the backwoods? Do you think we'd survive?
I think you would just turn
Horrible.
YouTube and survival videos.
I think
We
you
would
should try glamping.
scream at each other. We
Where you
would
get like a preset.
cry. My dad would be attacked by 1,000 hornets.
Oh yeah, probably murder
My
hornets.
aunt would be chased by a bear.
Oh, is it
By
mosquitoes?
running into like a beehive.
Mosquitoes are horrible.
Oh really? So you like covered in bites?
I got back like Saturday, so
Yeah, but the bites they linger. I find the mosquito bites.
usually that long. I feel like I still have a couple that bother me, but like the majority of them I would say are gone.
You know, there's a genetic thing that they're trying to do to get rid of the mosquitoes that bite, and they're basically trying to get rid of the mosquitoes that cause disease through their bites. I'm saying let's just get rid of the mosquitoes in general. I know there's probably huge ramifications in the environment for that, but boy, I hate those suckers. Them and wasps. I can't stand the wasps.
I've been stung by wasps 3 times,
Eesh.
but like mosquitoes 1,000 probably.
Yeah.
So I'd much prefer mosquitoes being gone.
I am like a giant bagged lunch for mosquitoes. They come to me. Or Baz, Jesus, Baz is basically every so often you have to grab him by his ankles because he's being lifted off by numerous mosquitoes. They love Sebastian. It's like, ooh, blood that has never seen the light of day. We must have it. We must have it all. And then they like carry him off, you know. Wow. So South African electricity, we have to have surge protectors on everything. Wow. So it blew the surge. See, it's so funny, you know, I had sort of given up on surge protectors because I've never had a problem. But then I keep hearing about all these horrible disasters with without them.
Okay.
Including Cal.
So I asked, if we eliminate mosquitoes in their entire bloodline, what happens if we killed all mosquitoes? The food chain would likely be okay.
Do you think so? Do you think the food chain would be all right? I don't know.
That's what it says.
But this is the problem. Oh, it melted the plug. Woo, wow. Wow, 3,000 dengue cases here in my city. Wow, Offset. Seriously, where are you based, Offset? So that's dengue fever, right? That is mosquito-based sickness, right? Hire a mercenary. Wow. Do you get a lot of work through Twitch? I want to want to have UPS on everything, with how often the power keeps going out here. I look, when I was in Point Roberts, I went and bought like this kick-ass generator system that would just, as soon as the power went out, bang, up would come the generator. I was like the one house with lights and internet on the street. And then my neighbor bought an even bigger one. It was like kind of a bit of a contest. But then I started thinking maybe I need a gun, because I was like, wait a second, if I'm the only, like in the zombie apocalypse, if I'm the only house with like lighting and internet, isn't everyone going to want in? You know, but of course
Generator.
I
You
could,
also
So then you need a turret
Generators don't
and a
last
moat.
forever.
generators. Well, the generator was
Right,
actually
fast.
linked. The generator was linked to our propane tank, so it would run for. It could run for
that-
days. In fact, it did. In some
Okay.
cases, ran for like 4 days or something. As long as you could
Well,
get
it's like-
propane.
Yeah.
With the zombie apocalypse, you would only
wouldn't
need to
get
turn it on when like you needed like to cook something, right? Or if you had matches, you wouldn't even do that.
Yeah, but what about
Just-
food? Like the big thing for me was like if we lost power, you would lose power to the fridge and then the freezer, and then you'd be like, then what? And you've got like
Well,
rotting.
you eat everything really quick.
Well, I do anyways, to be honest. But that's it's funny. My old home, our Baz's
David?
old home. Hang on one second.
Yes,
Was called Point Roberts. It's this place just outside of Vancouver, and it's in the news again now because, of course, they've got the border shut, right? But it's 5 miles square. You can only get to it through the border, so it's like it's having a terrible time economically because it can't. It's this 5 mile square block that's cut off by the border. It's America, but it's in Canada. So yeah. So I was sort of feeling for all the folks who are still out there. It was amazing, amazing place. Sorry, Noodles. What were you gonna say?
What if you just turned your basement into a zombie apocalypse bunker? So you need generator, water. You collect rainwater.
Mhm.
You have multiple tanks of water.
Can you drink
Um,
rainwater though?
if you filter it?
Oh, okay, I have to filter it. You're right. Okay. Do you do all that
need a
filtering and stuff when you're out in
filter.
the woods, Lord Chunky? Do you have to do all that?
Yes, you do.
So what did you use for filtering water out there?
It's like I think it's like a ceramic filter. So
Yeah.
you'd go out, and then you pump it, so that it forces the water through, and then
So it's
it
just
screws
through
onto
the
an
porous
algae block.
material.
Yeah. Yes, and I think it has other porous materials inside, not just the
What is it? What does the water taste like? Does it taste good?
meh. Tastes normal.
Yeah.
Less chlorine than
Oh, that's
our
true.
water.
Yeah. In fact, no chlorine.
Yes. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's funny to think that we don't consider, even though it definitely is like a natural resource that we are definitely going to run out of, that water is just one of those things that we just run a tap, it's fine. Like you get so used to that, when the reality
Yeah.
is when all that infrastructure stops, the amount of work required to get water is incredible.
Yeah, that's why we've advanced our systems.
You've advanced your systems? What do you mean?
I mean, that's why we're not hunting and scavenging for water anymore. People just got very tired of it.
Well, because it's such a huge time-consuming thing. In fact, it's one of the things that can really help in what they would call developing countries, I guess, which always just seems a little bit like looking down your nose at people. But the idea of like where there isn't infrastructure for that kind of stuff, you've got in many cases women whose jobs is basically to spend most of their day walking to the well to get the water to carry the water back. Like, could you imagine like what kind of a difference that makes on how you use water and stuff? Like if you could install a system that would actually get them the water they needed, just what an immense difference that would make to people's lives. It's like back in the 60s, 50s, when washing machines and dryers were invented. And no one would have thought of this, but that invention, because it was sort of at the time, the norm was that women would stay at home and raise the kids and look after the family. All of a sudden, they didn't have to do their laundry by hand. You didn't have to wash it each piece by hand with soap and scrub it, and then hang it on a thing to dry, and then bring it in. You would just throw it all in a machine, and all of a sudden, women could go to school. Women could like have social lives that they didn't have before. They could learn things. They could get jobs. It was just such a complete revolution. If you could do that with water, and even like internet access and stuff out there, that'd be amazing.
So, David, are you suggesting that these people are walking miles to get internet on their phone?
No, but what's interesting was there was a big rush many years ago to put they're like who's gonna lay the cable in Africa? That's gonna be amazing. What an amazing market! There's so many people, and we're gonna lay cables everywhere. And then all of a sudden, cell phones, right? You've got internet access on your cell phone now. Like that opens up. All of a sudden, you can be in the middle of a desert somewhere and have internet access. And once you've got solar panels, you don't need a generator even. Right? So there's just so many little things that can be done to vastly improve the situation for people. Like imagine, like how weird would it be to be in a little village somewhere and you're playing the same iPhone video games that we are here. Like I just think that's such a neat, or being able to see the same YouTube videos or any of that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm completely off topic, aren't I?
I love how that's the first thing you go to, the video games and tech, not being like, imagine being able to turn on a tap and drink water in some of those countries.
No, I know. But again, those steps will lead towards that. Like once you don't have to go and get water anymore, those women can now go to school. They can learn things. They can build things. They can start their own jobs. They can have lives that wouldn't have happened before. So misogynists hate washing machines. Maybe. I'm sort of a little bit obsessed with this right now because there was a tweet that I saw that went out a couple of days ago about this Adobe trainer. So she trains people in Adobe, After Effects and all this kind of stuff. And obviously, like, I think she's got like it's like the mastery. It's like she's like really like basically like as high as you can get in the sort of the tutorial department for Adobe. And she finally went, they launched her series of tutorials. And what happens? A bunch of trolls just start chewing her up about the way she looks. Like just literally just start making stupid jokes about the way she looks or her fingernails or, what a girl she is and just basically sort of trying to belittle her based on a couple of photos. Like,
Sometimes it's really stupid because someone goes, well, you're a girl. Okay, so, well.
It
yeah.
is. It's
and
weird.
It makes no sense.
Well, it's weird.
Like...
Sorry, you're a girl and I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
You cut everyone off. Go ahead.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. I'm an equal opportunity talk over the person.
You're an equal opportunity person that cutting everyone off.
Go on, Noodle. So you're saying that it's weird being a girl?
No, it's just weird the insults people come up with because they're just so stupid. Because they make no sense and they're not offensive. And some of them are offensive, but some of them aren't offensive in any way. And they just say this random thing that's supposed to be like, I don't know.
Have you come up against it? Have you come up are you talking about in school, online? What do you mean?
Not really. Because I don't know.
You got a pretty understanding bunch. It is weird though. When you get a bunch of guys together, we can definitely things can start getting.
You make the weirdest. People make the weirdest insults sometimes.
Well,
like uneducated potato.
Uneducated potato. That's a great insult. I love that.
I know, isn't it? Like, why are we swearing when we can just call everyone uneducated potato?
That's amazing. Or an evil dolphin.
Or an evil dolphin.
Ignorance is universal. Cal's got a great point. Get an abandoned oil rig. You get an abandoned oil rig, and there's no zombies coming for you, right? You're in the middle of the ocean.
If zombies can't swim.
If zombies can't swim. Oh.
They can't
or
swim
use, like,
30
motorboats.
kilometers.
Could they climb? Could they climb those pillar things though?
Probably not if you had a gun. Could shoot them pretty easily.
The sharks would be good. Can you have zombie sharks? That would be. Why hasn't someone done a zombie shark movie? Has anyone done a zombie shark movie?
A zombie dolphin movie.
There's a zombie dolphin movie? That would be good.
No, but there should be.
I think we've got. Look at this.
Let me search this up. There's probably some weird.
Free shark snacks are zombies. Even if you could swim, you'd see them coming and they'd be slow in the water. Pew pew. Oh. Bye, zombies.
2015 film.
Cal's in a really good mood today. What's the movie?
Zombie Shark.
Oh, there is one called Zombie Shark?
Yeah.
It's already dead.
A picture of this girl wearing a bikini and she has blood all over her chest and she's like.
But this, that sort of leads back to our whole thing about women. It's it's funny how when you look at the older movies, like how they pitched the older movies and some of the new ones.
2015.
It's
And then
always.
there's another one with this. There's another one with this man just looking out into the ocean.
Let me guess. He's not wearing a skimpy bikini.
No.
Dawn of the Dead,
Oh my
2004.
God. Oh, the zombie shark. Wow, that looks very
Four
scary.
friends decide to take a dream weekend. Okay, here you go. Four friends decide to take a dream weekend away from work to a local resort island. It soon turns to terror as the local sharks are turning into zombie sharks, which also comes to infect people. They four race to find a cure at a local research station, and they find it responsible for the infection spreading. But now, it's a tragedy that hits the group one by one. What a great synopsis.
Also, I just want to say that, like, if there's a problem with, like, sharks in the water and they're really evil and stuff, right? Just don't go in the water. It's so simple. Find a cure on land.
Oh, they'll
You
find a
don't
way out.
have to-
Next thing you know, they've got legs. They're coming up through the toilets.
Oh, look at these pictures, though. They're like...
I don't know. Do you want to look up? If you look up zombie shark, you're going to probably get some pretty horrible pictures. I guess my point was just that it's amazing how, again,
Oh, yeah, there's a picture of it up on land biting a man's leg off and the sheriff standing over the shark with a gun.
there you go. Isn't it great to be doing
my
game
God, it's already
bandits?
dead. It can't die.
I guess that's the point. Or mega shark. Ooh, mega sharks could get around maybe. Bertley says, "Ha, David, are you saying equality demands more men in skimpy bikinis in our media?" Well, I just mean that I like.
Man's purpose.
Not that I particularly want to see people in skimpy bikinis, men, that is. But the reality is, like, there is definitely a lack of clothing for women in media that is not required for men, for sure. Although, if you look at my career, there's a lot of not clothing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hobbit from space. Why not zombie hippos? Ooh, if you're more likely to die from a hippo
Zombie
attack.
hippos?
Well, because it's more likely to die from a hippo attack than a shark attack. Because sharks, the problem with sharks is they got a really bad rap because they're actually not, they're just not the killers that we think they are. We're the killers. We kill way more sharks than sharks kill us. Well, that's the same thing for most things, isn't it? All right, let's look at some PC bandit stuff. I mean, some game bandits, as I'm calling it now. I think
There we
game
go.
bandits makes more sense, don't you think?
Exo zombie shark.
Exo zombie. Imagine zombie
I posted
frogs.
it in the,
Why didn't you post one of the
Discord.
gross ones? That one just looks very...
Zombie frogs. That would be cool. I wrote a comic strip about a vampire hippo. That's good. I like that.
You know what we should do? We can turn this into a game. So, listen, what game would you like to see instead of normal zombies? What animal version of zombies? And how would you want the game to play out? Like, what do you want the storyline to be?
Zombie koalas. They'd be so cute.
Oh my god, it's so deadly.
Zombie koalas. But they'd have the claws, though, right?
No, but just imagine they're on the they're in the trees and then they just like
They just drop on you.
down from
Like
poles
drop-
on you.
like
Now
drop
I'm
bears.
imagining it with like
Or flying squirrel zombies. You'd like be walking along and a flying squirrel would just come along and attach itself to your face.
That'd be great.
zombie giant salamander.
Ooh, that's good. I like
Would
that.
just turn into like Godzilla but a zombie.
Zombie sloth's pretty good.
Ooh.
Prehistoric zombie dinosaurs. Yeah. That's cool.
Zombie spiders that jump. Ugh.
Ooh, zombie
What does
jumping
a zombie
spiders.
spider even look like?
These are all great game ideas, by the way.
Oh,
We should
gosh,
totally be
zombie
making games.
Jumping spiders.
Zombie jumping spiders would be awesome.
Koalas would get better
That would be the
nutrition
end
as
of me.
zombies.
How would you tell that the spider was a zombie, though? They look like zombie creatures already.
Flying zombie cobras. You know what? Yeah, I still think the zombie shark or zombie
Well, that's just silly offset.
Sister.
Zombie
Excuse
vampire
me.
bats.
Actually, I think flying zombie cobras just add like some wings and have them breathe fire, and we've got a perfect Hollywood movie.
I wrote a movie about
Now
like
all we
zombie vampire combinations, and
it's a 9-year-old fan base.
I called them
Wait, which
I
bandit
called
said
them
that?
Zambies.
Oh, that was
Zombies.
Zambies. Yeah, they were Zambies. They were like
Well, would it have an arachnophobia mode like grounded? Well, I think if the game's surrounded, the point of the game is jumping spider zombies.
maybe you could choose to make them
And,
cute and fuzzy. Like cute fuzzy jumping spiders.
cute fuzzy jumping spider zombies.
Yeah, that would make it way more appealing.
Zombie vampire spiders that jump. You know what we should have? We should have vampire zombies.
Vampire zombies. Those are Vambies. Or Zambies. No? Vombies? No, I don't. One of those
Now the
two.
question is, could they walk in daylight or not?
These are I thought someone was going to answer that, but I guess no one is.
Very important important question.
Yeah, Lord Chunky's
16.
like, yeah, this is key. All right, let's have a look. I mean, I put together an email. What have I got? I thought raccoons playing in the sprinkler. I couldn't resist it. It looked like it's playing a musical instrument.
What?
You put a picture of the new 30.
Oh yeah, did you see that?
Or the Ampere. Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can put this image
Excited
in
I
the.
think they're gonna be coming out in September. So.
Oh, maybe I can put this. Can I put this thing in the? I wonder if I could just post this. I can't really because it's got some. All right, this is the email I sent out today.
Oh.
But let me see if I can find if there's a way to show you what is going on in my brain as we speak. Here we go. What does this do? Will this do it? Will that work? If I paste it? Oh, it's on Discord? No, that doesn't work. Okay. No, I can't show you that. Okay, I'll just walk you through it. So here we go. We've got so one of the images I found quite amusing today was this little raccoon playing with the sprinkler. And I started going like, okay, so is anyone else okay, Bandits, I want to know. You young kids out there, is anyone having any problems with their arms and thumbs and stuff? Is anyone like with the gaming? Are you finding or the computer? Is anyone finding any issues with that?
I think you'd have to be playing way too much to have issues with like your thumb cramping
Are
up.
you saying?
Wait, Baz, you say your elbow hurts.
Are you saying that every 60
Hell,
minutes? you
no,
have to take
nothing
pictures?
hurts.
I
Wait,
think the cure for that is taking a break.
well, that's it. So I found this amazing guy called Dr. Levy, or Levi, Dr. Levi maybe, the gaming doctor, and he's this like really cool guy who's like got has basically started focusing on just video games and stuff, and he has a whole bunch of these exercises and stuff you can do. So I started looking for exercises that you could do before and after you game, which apparently it can actually help your gaming because it makes your muscles better. Like they're better for the sort of the twitch response and stuff. Baz is not sure he believes me, but I'm gonna try. So I looked up Dr. Levi, and then there's another one here.
Sorry.
Taekwondo Fitness is another one that I found, and this guy's got a whole he's got this really short workout that I did yesterday, and I swear to God, my hands feel stronger just from yesterday's. So I'm suggesting that people check that out. So first of all, let me put the link to this Dr. Levi in here. Copy link address.
Cal keeps saying regular.
She's playing with her Nightbot. That's what I think so. Regulars. What's that mean? That's kind of neat. I think Cal's getting a bit fancy pants with the Nightbot there. I think.
Fine, be that way, Nightbot.
Is it not being? It's not bending to your evil will, Cal. Okay, so that's the link for Dr. Levi, who I think you'll like. He's just I love anybody who's enthusiastic and loves what they're doing, and he's just so sort of inspired about how to keep your hands and arms basically functioning during all this the esports stuff, right? Because a lot of these esports guys are playing. What did you say, Baz? They're playing like 20 hours a day or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ban Nightbot.
Yeah. So you go. Yeah. Ban the Nightbot. That's right. Oh my God. Wait a sec. Is Cal having an argument with the Nightbot? That's not a good sign. This is when
The Nightbot better watch out.
This is when Twitch crashes. Yeah, so but the idea that there was just the one of the simple things was just take a break every 60 minutes. But are you good at that? Like Chunky, do you take breaks?
Actually, like a little bit, because I'm not usually playing for that long straight.
Oh, really?
If I do, I usually never play more than like 3 hours straight ever.
With no breaks?
Yeah, no breaks.
So you just gone
Sometimes
3 hours nonstop?
I've gone like, I think one night I was up with Ben.
Baz has done like
6
3
hours.
months.
I feel like once you start playing for longer, then you start taking breaks every once in a while.
Right. Well, they're saying he's saying any 60 minutes.
Or going to get some water. Or...
Well, you probably find yourself doing that anyways to some extent, don't you?
Yeah.
You want to see the raccoon playing in the water? Let me see if I can find that. I'll see if I can find the original.
The gifts and stuff don't load up on the email. You have to go to the very end to see them all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Although it may be possible that you're set to not display images. Is that possible?
it could be possible, but people in chat seem to be having the same problem.
I see. All right. People in chat. Oh, is it on the website on the on Patreon? Oh, there you go. This is it. Let me show this. I don't know if this is. I'll find the GIF for you.
It worked before, like it used to work, but
yeah, maybe I did. I was really, really tired last night, so it's possible I've done something different.
No, I mean like it hasn't been working for the past few emails.
Oh, really? Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks. Okay, copy
Just
image
if you-
address. Here you go. This is the image. Prepare yourselves for cuteness. Look out. Shield your eyes if you can't take the cute. Here we go. It is raccoon playing in the sprinkler. There you go. Because I thought that was important to add to our list of Bring It On Bandits things today.
Since I am a raccoon.
Yeah, well, exactly. Since we are all raccoons, basically. Okay, so that's Dr. Levi, and then
And
this
I am a
guy,
leader.
Tai Kato Fitness. This guy had a bunch of stuff. These are exercises that I actually did last night, and I swear I felt stronger. I'm just saying. I swear I felt stronger. I feel that if I were to take on Baz in a game now, I'd probably win.
Be absolutely destroyed. Yeah, I get
You
it.
know what? The thing is, just because you're stronger, does not.
I think got stronger hands. I mean, you're actually good at aiming. Big difference.
Big difference.
This is my exercise. He's like, make a fist.
He's playing a water
Explode it. Make a fist. Explode it. And after a while, it really kills your hands. Boy, that was
Now
like...
your hands are sore and nothing else.
I know. And I'm a little sweaty from just doing that. Okay, what do we got? So the exercise thing, look, I know it's not the most interesting thing in the world, but I have a feeling that if it's one of those things that you want to keep doing a lot of, and especially when you find yourself at jobs that you're at a computer all the time, and then you want to go home and game, the last thing you want to do is get home to have fun on the computer and find that you're hurting from all the work stuff you've had to do. So just something to consider. And I know it's not something I ever considered, but I mean, I've been playing with computers basically since they were affordable. And my arms and elbows and wrists and everything are just a mess because of it. I mean, I still use them because, I'm a very brave person, but, other than that. So computer games can be bad for us, but then I go on to point out that while we've had a lot of extra video game time because of COVID, that's made the virus very good for video games. Did you see those numbers?
$11.6 billion.
$11 billion. Between April and June. Lord Chunky, we're in the wrong jobs. Well, you haven't got a job, but I'm in the wrong job for sure. $11.6 billion is how much gaming brought in between April and June. That's 30% more than normal. That's only 30% more than normal. Like, if you think about it. Like, that means they're making a lot of money anyways. So, I don't know. Should we all be running out and buying stocks in video game companies? Probably not now, because the prices are high, right?
Definitely not, because they just went up.
They just went up. Who I've had for a while is Activision. And they've done very well. But Baz didn't want me to have them. Baz, what was it about Activision you didn't like?
What?
Was it Activision? You said, not that you didn't like,
No,
but
I didn't want you to put stocks in EA because I don't agree with their micro purchases.
Oh, okay. You don't like their business model.
Well,
with them.
business is business, and microtransactions are.
I know, but it's just like to actually.
Well, explain microtransactions to me and to everyone else, because I'm not entirely
It's
sure.
what
what
I
you mean.
buy all the time.
Oh, then I hate them.
I don't think you're in the wrong business because apparently
Exactly.
the movie industry last year
Let's
made
go.
42.5 billion in 2019, and where combined ticket sales came at 11.4 billion.
That was last
Basically-
year.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but think
basically-
about it though. The gaming industry just made that in a couple of months. That means the gaming industry is
Fair enough.
way bigger than the film industry.
But the film industry also doesn't have COVID on its side.
No, not at
So,
all. I'm
if you
starting up
go-
again. I'm about to start filming.
Gaming industry revenue in 2019.
So
Actually,
where are you getting the stats
because-
from, Raccoon? Where do you get these numbers from?
Just Google, so it's probably wrong, but
Well, no, but where on Google? What are they pointing to you for? Do you have a link? Could you share a link? I'd be
don't
just
have
curious
a
to
link,
know
but-
who's got the stats on it.
You know when you search it up, there's also people also ask, and it takes
Oh, yeah, I love that actually, because I end up getting incredibly distracted once again. Okay, film
Oh,
industry.
one it made 120.1 billion. So you're right, actually, you might be in the wrong industry.
See what I mean? Like, I think it might be. How much does the film industry make? Okay, so 43.4 billion in revenue last year. That was no, that would have been probably 2018. It's got to be different now, right?
Yeah, but no, it was in 2019.
Um, okay, so all right, leading film market worldwide is the United States. The North American box office revenue. This was published in December of 2018, so a little bit early. Was 11.2 billion dollars. That's for the whole year. Oh my God, the gaming industry just made that in the last few months of COVID. The last few months of COVID.
Yeah, but the gaming industry has something that the movie industry doesn't.
What? Cal?
Hello.
Cal, where did she
I
come
had
from?
to jump in. I had to jump
Oh
in.
my God, Cal, thank you so much. I feel so honored. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Cal's voice.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot what she said, but it was amazing to hear it. Cal, what did you say?
I said that the gaming industry has something very important which the movie industry does not. And that is gambling.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And a lot of their revenue comes from gambling.
Well, and you make a $150 movie, $150 million movie, and how many times are you going to watch it? 3, 4, maybe?
Exactly.
Whereas video
If you're gonna
games...
watch it more than once, you just buy it.
Well, exactly. And even if you buy it, like, it's
Cheaper
not...
than a video game.
It's cheaper than a video game. It's not making as much money. It costs about as much to make as a video game in some cases, right? Or what does it cost to make a video game now? Any ideas, Cal?
Depends on the game. Really does.
Really, Cal? That is the most unhelpful
Well, I
answer.
know Red Dead 2 cost 300 million
What?
to make. Yeah, to make.
Well, I guess, but how much does it make? If it's going to make $1 billion, then who cares, right?
It made
GTA
over
cost
$1 billion,
50. Okay, wait a second. GTA 5 cost 500 million. Wow, yeah, that's pretty insane.
GTA 5 costs more than Red Dead.
GTA 5, I bet you, has made so much money.
Yeah, exactly. And again, especially during this whole COVID thing. So I got to bail on this whole acting thing and get into the game industry. It's funny because I remember when people were talking about, boy, the gaming industry is almost as big as the film industry now, and then now it's like
how much GTA has made.
voice acting. Yeah, there you go.
GTA made $6 billion.
Seriously? Wait a sec. The game it's in general, or just that version of it? Like,
GTA 5.
wow,
It's been
just
out
that.
for 7 years. So I mean,
Yeah, but still, once it's, I guess you got a lot of support and stuff. Boy, that is pretty extraordinary, though. Like that's, I mean, or even Roblox. The idea that there's 150 million users on Roblox and they're all between the age of 8 and 18 or something. Like, I mean, it's like that's insane. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm out. Forget this acting thing. I'm going to turn myself into a video game. Skyrim has sold about 25 million copies, rates in about 1.5 billion. Fallout 4 was a bigger success, and along with Creation Club, that brings in revenue. The estimate is about 2 billion. Subtract 120 million estimate for production costs, and the total comes out to 1.9 billion dollars. Wow. Why don't we turn the game Bandits into Game Bandit Studios and start making some games? Huh?
Minecraft, it has over 91 million people playing monthly.
Wow. And they're paying for it monthly?
No. You don't play for Minecraft monthly. Okay,
Who's paying monthly
multiplayer
things
is-
for games right now? Is anyone paying for monthly games right now? Cal, are you subscribed to anything for games?
No, I give up on that.
well,
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to PlayStation Plus because I don't seem to have a choice.
Ooh, you sound really happy about that, Lord Chunky.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
It does seem weird. It's one of the reasons why I don't.
Just make your console cheap so you can steal like $300 from me.
It's the razor thing, right? You know, you make the razor cheap, but the blades cost money. You know what I mean? Like that's the way they do it.
Or like the printer with ink.
Yeah, well, exactly. In some cases, it's cheaper to go buy a new printer because it's got ink in it. But then they've started putting in those starter ink cartridges. You notice that?
Oh yeah.
That only run a bit of. No, it's I guess any way to make money. I wonder if this will change. I wonder if the world will change and we'll start thinking about how to make things more about how make things last, make things like enjoyable for people to use, as opposed to just feeling like they're locked into these sort of money systems. That said, I'm happy to lock anybody into anything if it's the Game Bandit Studios that are doing it.
Ooh, Yeah, it would be fun to make games.
Wouldn't it? I mean, I think we should get. You know what I think we should try out? I think we should go on. I know it's not everyone's favorite game, but I think we should go onto Roblox and try, because they've got a good system for making games, and just see if we can make some money on Roblox. Because apparently they've got a great developer system.
$100 subscription to actually make money on it.
Is that what it costs? Does it cost?
I don't know. You subscribed to it at one point, and it cost a lot.
It's like $5. Like $5 a month.
$5?
Yes, $5 a month for the developers.
Oh,
thing.
a month. That's quite a bit still.
Yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, if it's like, you know, so what is that?
$5 a month,
$60.
12 months a year. That's $60 a year.
Yeah, so $60 a year. Well done. That was pretty damn fast, Noodles. I was still working it out in my.
I actually have a really easy way to do 5 times tables.
What 5?
You just
What do you got?
I don't know how high this works, but I know it works pretty high. So you take the number,
Yep.
you divide it in half. If it's like an odd number, and it's like point something, just take away like don't think about like just take away the decimal.
Can you give me an example? I'm trying to get my head around it. Give me an example.
Okay. So let's say it's 5 times 9.
Okay, 5 times 9.
5 times 9.
So I go half of 9 is 4.5.
It's 4.5.
Right.
So all you do is get rid of the decimal, and that's 45.
Oh,
5
wow.
times 9. And then if you have an even number, so like 5 times 6,
Yeah.
divide that in half.
Yeah.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Just add a 0. 30.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. See, I just memorized them. I just memorized all of them so that it's just easier. I just found it way easier just to have them like a little like lookup table in my own head, if that makes sense.
No, I know. I want to do that with the ones that are harder.
James Gurney
Like the
says
5
it will
times
always
table?
work. I think he's talking about your plan. He says it will always work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there
And
you
James
go.
likes his numbers. James is good with his numbers. He's the statistics king here. Him and Pac Mom. When she's not battling storms. The 5 times 5 table is the same as multiplying 0.5 times 10. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, Mark's got an equation there. Thank you, Mark. Mark. What is that? Mark 4? Are you Mark 4 if it's V1? I'm not sure if that's if it's 1 or an I. So 5 times x equals 10x. 10 to the, what is that? 10 times x. God, the chat keeps moving. X divided by 2. Okay, cool. What? Says Stedman. Hi, David, says 3D Print Viking. Hello, 3D Print Viking. We're just talking. Oh my gosh, we're talking math. We're talking math with the game Bandits. How did that happen? Mark has a PhD in math. That's fantastic. So that's the equation for the 5 times table. Is that what you're saying?
And then David, eventually after we move on from Roblox, we can create our zombie game or whatever, our zombie shark game where you battle zombie sharks. And
Well, why don't we could do that? We could just go onto Roblox and build a zombie shark game, and we don't have to restrict that zombie to the water. In fact, it should be able to come up through the ground randomly.
No, we should take Cal's idea and we should do
Hello, Harklight.
what we should do is we should have so you like have your base is on like an abandoned oil rig.
Ooh, of course, because that's what Cal said.
And then if you like you get points from surviving like on your oil rig and stuff, and basically like
The longer you survive.
Like
What are the
like-
sharks eating at the thing? The sharks could be eating at the supports. You have to keep building the supports to keep building up.
I wonder, what would be cool if you had like you have like so like in Roblox you have your game, and then there's different like servers for it, right?
Right.
So we could put like a certain amount of people on a server, and you could have like what it could be is you could have like in the water there'd be a big like open land, and your like oil rig whenever you go into a server would be spawned in like on that ocean, and
Right.
basically maybe like if you kill a shark or something with a gun, you get money and you can upgrade the oil rig and support it better and use different materials, or maybe there's islands you can find that.
What if instead of killing the zombies, we hit them with a dart that cures them?
Oh,
Just kill them.
No, because sharks are nice, Iron Ham. That's what I'm trying to say, right?
Wait, what are nice?
Sharks.
But there's
Oh no, I
they're
think you meant
zombies.
zombies.
Well, zombies. Oh no, but zombies. Yeah, I mean,
Well, humans are nice.
Yeah,
Gretchen.
some humans are nice. All the humans here are nice, of course, except Cal.
Do you think
I'm
sharks
sure if you
can
hit
have,
Cal with a
like-
dart, she'd probably get nicer too.
Do you think sharks can have ADHD?
They can. They kind of have to
No.
have ADHD because they're constantly looking for food and
Could
stuff,
they?
right?
Do you
The-
think they could?
And the final boss would be the great white zombie shark who's dart proof. Boom.
Yeah, or like
Stedman drops the mic, walks away from the game. We got it won. Okay, we've got to play with Roblox at some point. I don't know why I say Roblox. I guess there are other things we could use, but I just like the idea of Roblox because there's also a built-in financial system as well. So you'd learn about how to like market and sell your game as well, right?
I wonder if we could with Minecraft we could also try making like one of those maps that like it's a playthrough or something.
Yeah.
And the goal of the game is to like create a serum or something.
Ooh.
I wonder if there would be a way to do that in Roblox. But the Roblox games seem to be games that you can continue playing like over and over again.
Huh. Well, you could have different supplies on different floating islands or wreckage and stuff, and you have to go out, do missions, grab the different supplies.
This sort of sounds like the zombie shark version of Raft.
Yeah, exactly. Except you got zombie sharks. You could have zombies too, because Baz seems to miss the zombies. They could be swimming zombies that sort of swim by and you have to get them. But if you have to go off and get all the things you need to make the serum first, then once you've made the serum, you can fire it at the darts at the sharks. And then if the sharks get cured, could they help you in attacking the zombie sharks?
Wait, are you saying we make saddles and ride the sharks across the ocean shooting darts at zombie sharks?
Can you not think of anything cooler? You'd be sitting on a shark with a dart gun firing at zombie sharks. Come on.
Yes.
Oh, an offset says you can call them Zarks. Zark attack. You can call it Zark attack. Or, I was gonna say, what's the difference of Jaws? All their teeth would fall out. They'd be like gums. Sounds like 7 days to die, but in the ocean. I don't know what that means, David. But that I like it already. Harklight's asking for the hammer. Apparently, I don't know why. What do you want the hammer, or does Cal just or you're just threatening Cal with your own hammer? Zaws. Oh, Zaws is good. Come on, Zaws. King Ice Ninja for the win with Zaws. Come on, Baz. Would you play a game called Zaws?
Zombie
Jaws.
sharks?
Yeah.
No, but it's Zombie Jaws.
But Zombie Jaws is the name.
What type of game would it be?
Oh my God, we've just been talking about it. It's the zombie shark game, and you gotta go and get the elixir to...
I mean, is it like third person?
I don't know. You tell me. You gotta build it.
Like, the thing with Roblox is you can choose what you can play.
I probably wouldn't.
Because
but
you're
I
the
like
giant
the
dark
idea.
cloud. Okay, so the giant dark cloud that is Iron Ham says he probably wouldn't. I bet you he would. I bet you if you were riding a freaking great white shark, firing darts at passing zombie sharks or Zaws, yeah, like you could be like King Zaws. I love it.
I play it. I mean, no, I wouldn't play it, but I'd watch others play it.
If you use that and make it and it makes money, it could pay for my coffee. It's true. That could pay for the Tech Bandits coffee, addiction. Zaws, I love it. I love it. Oh, you can play as the shark? Imagine being able to play as the shark.
I did know that also.
The funny thing is, there's
What
actually
was
a
that?
game with sharks, and there's a game with sharks in Roblox.
Oh,
think
I
it's
know.
Called Shark Attack or something.
We need
So
Gigi
basically-
Giraffe in here because he's like the resident
Yeah.
Roblox king.
So I'm pretty sure what you do is like it's like a game where you have like a boat, and you drive around, and then someone's the shark, and they have to try and kill people.
So you
And
can even
then-
choose which one. It could be like that murder mystery thing where some people get to play the sharks and some people get to. Wasn't there? I feel like this already was a game like this.
Yeah,
There
that's
is-
what I'm saying.
Well, we can
There is
just.
a shark versus humans game where you're either a shark or you're a human.
Huh.
It's called Depth. It's actually quite fun.
I would take. Why would anyone want to be a human flapping around with sharks around? It's just like
It's like Dead by Daylight. It's sort of for the scare factor. There's 4
Ooh.
humans versus 2 sharks actually. You can have 2 sharks.
Yeah.
Zark
Attack. I like that.
Shark Attack.
Zark
The
Attack.
rise of the the rise of the.
Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this?
I don't know.
We're losing noodles.
I
We had noodles at the beginning of the sentence.
rise of the zombie sharks.
Rise of the Zombie Sharks. All right, what do we got? Maneater is an action role-playing game released in May 2020. Player assumes control of a female bull shark who must evolve and survive in an open world so she can take revenge on a fisherman who's disfigured her pup and killed her mother. Oh my god, that sounds like the best movie ever.
1 second.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, there was one called Orca, which I loved. Again, which is kind of like a Jaws ripoff, but with a great, what are they called? Killer whales.
Okay.
Aw, Zamora, thank you very much for hosting us. That's very kind of you. Zark Attack, Rise of the Fin.
Yes.
That's pretty good. How about half man, half shark? Ooh, Harklight, half man, half shark.
So are you saying
Man shark.
Man
so are you
shark.
saying instead?
Mark.
You know, just when you think Baz isn't listening, he comes up with the zinger. It's just a game called Mark. And it's like everyone's like, what? Like,
Mark
what?
the shark.
Mark the shark.
That one.
Mark the shark.
Got my dad laughing at that.
Mark the shark. It's just the stupidest game. I love it.
And then instead of fins, like you know how they have fins like on instead of like fins on the sides, like they would have arms.
Right, they have little arms.
And then,
Oh, that's
and then,
great.
And then the head of a human and the body of a shark with human arms.
There's something about the idea of a game called Mark the Shark. No one would know what to expect, right? And then all of a sudden they come in and there's like this zombie apocalypse game.
Zombie apocalypse shark game.
Oh, like little kids, like, I want to play Mark the Shark. And then you come in and it's like zombie sharks and
It's like the goriest game ever.
people are riding great white sharks and shooting people. Oh my god. See? Mark the Shark. I love it. All right, Baz. You can go game for the rest of the day. You've done your work. All right, what else we got? So we should look into that. We should definitely look into that. Let me find out again what it costs for the developer thing. Maybe there's a way to get like a 6-pack of developer subscriptions or something, or for.
I got it. Instead of making games on Roblox, we could just play Roblox.
We could just play Roblox. It's true.
Should we stream? We should stream Roblox.
We could do that. Well, you know what we could do is we could actually be. I was saying to Baz, we should host these the game chats within a game. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Oh, wait a sec. Roblox Studio is free? What? What?
Oh, it's free now?
What? Really?
We still need to talk about this the PC building.
All right,
That's gonna happen.
here's the link here. Wait a second. I'm gonna copy this.
David, your new computer.
Oh, it's so hard to. How the frack did you decide? How do you decide what to get? There's too many choices.
I listened to.
AMD or Intel? What are you doing? Gaming, or
Well-
like video editing and streaming?
So yeah, so the things I've discovered is that the video editing programs, the Adobe stuff, generally doesn't, and this will apply to you too, Noodles, when we figure out what to get for you. Although I gotta say, the one Lord Chunky, that system you put together.
Listen to Lord Chunky on
Yeah, Lord Chunky's got it down. But basically, the difference, which I thought was kind of cool, was the GPU is great for multiprocessing stuff. It's great for games, basically. There's some other things it's good at too, but basically games. Whereas when it comes to Adobe and Photoshop and video editing and After Effects and stuff, I don't know that it necessarily uses, other than for rendering, it doesn't use the GPU. It's all the CPU, right? So you want the fastest CPU. The fastest CPU is going to give you the snappiest response to the computer, right?
Yeah, but you don't need the fastest CPU for just gaming.
No.
You don't need much.
The
I see people get like CPUs that cost nearly the same amount of your GPU,
Right.
and that's stupid. You should put all that money into your GPU and get a lesser CPU.
If you're gaming, why not just...
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Okay.
with your average build, I would say any build under $2,000,
Mm.
your GPU should probably be give or take half your budget.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. So,
But like if you're going higher end, then at that point you just get things that you want once you've already.
and I think that's part of it. I think there's a tendency to sort of just get carried away with all the cool stuff. But you're pretty good at keeping a level head on this stuff. I started.
It's mine.
You regret a few of your things. You wish you got a better monitor, right?
Yeah, better monitor.
Right. So you're working on a new monitor. So are you saving for that now?
Yeah, probably.
Oh
That or my next bike, because bikes take a long time to save up for.
my God, yeah, bikes are expensive now. What are you looking for to get in the way of bikes?
Well, I'm a mountain biker, so
Yeah.
really, really expensive.
You know, my sister went.
Like I just got a bike now, but like I think I might need to start saving up for the next one already.
Well, are you because you're growing, or because
Yeah, growing.
You just want to?
I think this will last me like the rest of this summer and the next summer, but then after that I might need.
Once you stop growing, it's great because you can just buy things and know you can have them forever if you want.
Yeah,
to.
you could just buy a really nice one that lasts you
Yeah.
like 20 years.
And what are you looking for in bikes? Looking for light stuff, or like do you like the light bikes or the
Most like cross country mountain bikes, so like a bit lighter, yeah.
any tech on them? Any like things for tracking where you're going? Or
No.
no? You keep the tech for home.
I thought we were gonna add like turbo thrusters on the back, so whenever you're in a
Ooh.
sticky situation, you just.
I love the idea of an electric. I gotta say, the electric kick thing, the thing that sort of kicks in when you want, that just seems great to me. But I'm kind of.
Yeah, those are fun. I've ridden one before.
And a sound system.
They're
Sound
sound
system.
system. Well, headphones, but I mean.
Wait, where the pedals are, you just have giant speakers that you pedal on.
You're literally just like you just embed giant.
Your speakers would be ruined in seconds.
And there's be like just a giant bass thing is the seat that
Your
you sit on.
speakers just get banged
Yeah.
off.
You just sit on the bass so you can hear the bass.
No, but I mean, like, you have, like, the speakers are in a case that point, like, out from the bike, and you just put your feet on the top of the case and just...
Oh, interesting. So computer learning, yes, like TensorFlow, you can use GPU cores for processing. Yeah, they use a lot. So computer learning and AI, this is something that we actually get into a little bit later in the email, but my understanding of it, and please feel free to jump in because mine is a very basic understanding, is that with things like artificial intelligence, you want as many things happening at the same time as possible. And CPUs generally max out at like what, Lord Chunky, like 28 cores, something like that? Is that or 64 cores?
64.
So basically you've got 64 little computers running at the same time, whereas these GPUs have literally thousands and thousands of cores. That may not be running as fast, but are just doing a billion things at the same time, right?
Running, like, similar, not that much slower, but they're just run a lot less, not
What?
slower.
So why? I'm confused.
Because a GPU probably runs at about 2 gigahertz.
Right.
Versus a CPU can run at, like...
Yeah, what do CPUs run
It's
at?
like a CPU could probably run at, like, 4 or 5, depending on what you have.
Huh, okay. So, and then threads is a whole other thing. Could you, Chunky, what's the deal on threads?
Threads is just when, like, a core can be split up into doing multiple tasks at once.
Wait a second, so you
Which
could have
makes it-
64 cores and then have them doing 120, each one of them doing 128 things?
128 threads, yes.
I want that CPU. How much is that one? Can you imagine?
Never
It's
heard
got to
of
be
3 months rent?
really.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
About that, 10,000.
Only 3 months. I'm happy to live in a tent for 3 months if I can get that. Wow.
Tents are expensive too.
So Mark's saying depends on the kind of if you're training very deep neural networks, it's imperative to have GPUs. ResNet 50 has 25 million parameters to train. Wow. So yeah. So the more it can be doing at the same time. So okay. So at least $4,000 says Davey Dave. Threadripper. Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, Threadripper's good. And then the thing that's better than... It's the AMD EPIC CPU. It's like a server CPU, but it's pretty kick-ass for everything.
And it's good for
You
server.
can game on it, kind of. Of course it's good for... It's 64 cores. They're very fast.
So it can run lots of things at the same time. So you think the Minecraft servers and all those kind of things, the gaming servers, are they all running those things?
But Minecraft loves high clock speeds. Doesn't care about anything really. Like you
Really?
could have like 4 cores, but if they're all running at like 5 gigahertz, it loves that.
Really?
Yeah.
So, and that's just because, now is it the Java one or the Bedrock?
Java mostly, but same bit with Bedrock.
Because I was
But
always,
Bedrock was much better optimized than Java.
well, the thing about Java is that it's still being, what's it called? what is it called when you're running a virtual system in a way. So you're having to translate what you want the computer to do in real time as you go along. So it's not. No one thought anyone was going to write games in Java because they thought it was just going to be too slow because it's running into like a virtual
It is
machine.
too slow, but yes.
But not for
super
Minecraft.
blocky game, it's really hard to run.
Really. Server for Bedrock, very bad. Really.
Actually, not that bad. When I play on my iPad. it's not that
Minecraft was
bad.
designed for Linux servers. Oh, see, I'd love to play with Linux, but I just know that it's just like a giant hole of time that I just won't have a chance to.
Linux, you could just get some pretty simple Linux, and then it's like good for gaming because it's just simple.
And hacking. It's great for
Yeah,
hacking stuff too.
hacking, too.
Well, I mean, just learning about hacking.
But
Not,
if you want to hack,
no, I'm not saying not actually hacking, but I'm just saying like to learn about. I love internet security and computer security stuff. I just find it fascinating because it's like, to me, it's like the same thing as taking apart computers in the real world, like pulling apart computers and seeing how they work. I love the idea of being able to do that with software or with internet connections and that kind of stuff as well. I mean,
Simple Linux.
Yeah, James is laughing at me for Simple Linux. Yes, my poor summer child. I think James is laughing at the idea of a Simple Linux. It's funny, I used to play with Unix years ago, which is actually a Canadian little mini version of Linux, well, not Linux, of Unix basically, which sort of ran in embedded systems because it's tiny. So it could run, very specific, like this was a voicemail system, so it was all run on Unix. Everyone needs Hannah Montana Linux on their machine.
What's Linux? Okay.
Oh, do you know what Linux is? Sorry,
No.
Noodles. So Linux is, it's basically an operating system that's been around for 1,000 years.
penguin.
But yeah, that's its logo is a penguin. But it's basically, in the old days, all of the systems used to run on Unix. And Unix was a big sort of industrial, the origins of computers were run on this system because it was very, very good at networking computers together and doing lots of things and not crashing. But it was also incredibly, what should we say, it was difficult to use. It was for nerds more than it was for average users. So people started putting things like, Windows system, graphical user interfaces on top of it to make it more like prettier and easier to use. And then as the years have gone by, Windows, Mac, all those things, they've basically put a warm, fuzzy, happy, face on this, what is basically a command line system. So Linux is just an open source version of that. It's its own little operating system. It's free to use for the most part. It runs honestly better than just about any other operating system, but it's not as user friendly, and people don't develop as much stuff for it as they do, or they haven't recently. Well, sorry, up until recently, they haven't been developing stuff for it. So
Linux is just like was just like a more user friendly server.
operating system, yeah. So basically, instead of having to buy Windows, you would just download Linux and run it on your system. You can run it on Macs. You can run it on PCs. Anything. I mean, I think Chunky, you're a fan of Linux, aren't you?
A little bit. I've never used it.
But the idea of it, I wish I could just use Linux. I wish I could, because it would just be so much cheaper, and it's used a lot in the sciences, says James Gurdy, and he would know. What was your question, Noodles?
How is Cal always here?
How is Cal always here? She's ever present. Don't you know that? She's like Linux. She's just like, always there.
Running in the background.
Running in the background, exactly. Never crashing. Actually, she never crashes. It's a good point. Maybe Cal is is Cal an android?
I was about to say, Cal, are you a robot?
I was gonna say she's like maybe Android Cal.
Beep
Cal.
boop.
Maybe she's Calbot. Calbot or Candroid? Caldroid? I don't know, one of those. Set up a dual boot system, Windows and Linux. Yeah, but the problem with that is you end up eating up a huge amount of your space, and how often are you going to use it? To me, it's like, commit to it or not. You know what I mean? Here's the magic part. A Linux distro will run Steam, allowing you to run most of your library with Proton. That's interesting. Huh. And there's Calcron there's a Calcron in the chat as well. So it's the Cal 9000.
Cal, oh my Cal!
Cal, please lower the hammer. I can't do that, Dave.
Dude,
There you go.
I can't do that, David.
It's the Cal 9000. I love it.
Thank you, David.
What was that?
It's And I cannot do that, Dave, except you're David.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Well,
is perfect.
Dave is fine, Okay, what else have we got here? Oh yeah, I mean, it's too bad we don't have Bag of Chips here. But so Bag of Chips is working on his PC. It's kind of fun. I think it's like his dad and his project, which is very cool. So I was curious to know if he'd found any like good deals or something. I saw some amazing deals on the 2070 Supers. Like they are well down in price now. They're like around the 800 level where they used to be.
2070.
You don't think the 2070 Super? It has the word
What's
super.
price right now? You could get a 2070 for 540. Let me see what the cheapest 2070.
Can I then clock it up? Can I overclock it from there?
You could clock it up.
So
I
basically,
don't
the
think
Super is just an
performance will be
overclock.
exactly the same, but like, it's not just an overclock. No.
It's not.
And then the cheapest 2070 Super is like 730.
Right.
So.
But it has the word super in it, though.
But it has the
Chunky.
word super. Yeah, you're
So
right. It has
kind
the
of-
word super.
It's very hard to say no to that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Noodles, did you have a question or something?
I have to go to the bathroom. I will be
Good
right back.
Lord. All right. Well, yes.
But I just drank a bottle of water in the hour we've been
Well,
talking.
we've been talking for an hour already. Holy moly, man! This stuff is interesting. Okay, so come on, Lord Chunky, 3080. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be nice and overpriced at the start,
What do you think? Give me an idea. What do you
and
think
then
it's going to cost?
stay overpriced,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be really good.
Well, the Titan is still like almost $2,000, isn't it? Something like that. Like the Titan is like the
Yeah.
top of the line.
They
It's
don't
basically
usually drop their prices. The thing is, I almost feel like they
They-
just make stuff that's like
more expensive.
for the
More
same
expensive.
price, you move up one tier.
Hmm.
So it's almost like getting an RTX 2080 for the same price as an RTX 2070.
Huh.
And then, like, all those things.
Hmm.
And then they just, like, add a new tier
It's
in a way. And
it's-
then,
that's interesting. So you're saying that they don't get. So you think they retain their? They don't retain their price for too long, though, do they? I mean, surely the prices will go down on the 1080s.
they go down, and then after 2 years, probably.
Okay. Plus, trying to
The
get
next
parts and
couple
stuff
months.
right now is difficult. I imagine they're going to have a hard time, getting these onto the shelves in the first place. I just thought, wow, 3080. Like
80,
that's.
1200? I don't think it'll be up to 1200.
You don't think so?
No, not quite 1200.
Baz was saying that it's going to be like it's going to be so fast that you'll be able to see the bullet coming before the enemy even aims their gun at you.
I don't think it's going to be a huge difference. The 3080 is probably going to be the same as that's a little bit better than a Titan RTX, is my guess.
I got to say that Titan looks so beautiful.
Very nice.
It's a
Yeah.
gorgeous looking thing. Let me see if I'll pull up a picture here. Let me see. Oh my God, I left my Roblox thing open, and there's just like this little animation going, and I just saw this giant giraffe dancing around. It is a weird game, Roblox.
My guess the 3080 is probably going to start at like $1,000 US.
Only 1,000?
Probably.
It doesn't.
Or
That does
maybe
not.
1,000 Canadian dollars. I don't know.
Well, okay. So an EVGA Titan X card in Canada,
Titan X is old.
is it?
Yeah.
That's the old one. It's still It's still basically
Titan RTX.
$1,500.
Yep.
The Titan X is $1,500. Is there a better Titan? What's the newest Titan?
Newest Titan. Yeah, the Titan X is like 2 generations old now.
Really? So what's the NVIDIA Titan RTX DirectX 12? Is that? Oh my God! Oh my God!
Titan
$4,200.
That's a lot of money.
4200? Does it really go for 4200?
Yeah, the Titan.
my.
It's the Titan 5 graphics card. 1.2 gigahertz. 12 gigabytes. HBM2, whatever that means. Dual slot. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's taking up 2 slots. I see. Yeah, they want $4,200 for that thing. I'll show you the link. I'll show you the link so you can see what I'm talking about.
I have
Hello.
returned.
Ah, fantastic. Well, thank goodness we can now get back to our regularly scheduled bandits. Now that Raccoon Noodles is feeling better. Okay, so I put the link in the Twitch chat so everyone else can see it. Get out your checkbook, says Stedman.
That looks so cool.
Isn't it gorgeous?
I don't really know what it.
I know, it almost
but
doesn't
looks
matter.
Really cool.
It almost doesn't matter, doesn't it? It just looks like a little spaceship that you're going to put in
You know
your...
what it looks like? It looks like an
That's an old
armband.
one.
Like that's an armband, and it would shoot like lasers.
That's a
or
Titan V. You want the Titan RTX.
Oh, I do?
That's an old one. Yeah.
But it's still... But then why is it $4,200 then?
Because they don't make them very much anymore.
Oh, really?
And
Sorry, which
Titan
one do I want
is
again?
really
Run it by me
cool.
again? I want the
Titan
RTX.
RTX.
Okay, but that's so the $3,400 one.
It
Yeah,
also looks like
35.
a really cool like armband that would shoot lasers and block bullets.
You could turn it into that, but people would
I think
probably...
it looks like a graphics card with a lot of gold on it.
but then Lord Chunky is all about the reality of the situation. What do we got? We got the Titan RTX. Come on, that's a pretty great looking card too. I don't know why it matters what it looks like, but it just does, doesn't it?
It looks so cool.
Spend that much money.
That's what it looks like. I don't know. Like that looks like the eyes of a robot or something.
So okay, so Lord Chunky, you were saying you don't think it's worth the money. It's just not worth spending that kind of money on it,
I don't think.
unless you're doing like lab work or something.
Titan RTX. Either you're like an enthusiast that just really wants the best
Mhm.
for reason,
Right?
or you're doing.
Wait, would it not be better to have multiple GPUs? Like, wouldn't it be better to have like,
Multiple GPUs aren't
Ooh.
well optimized.
hey, Reverse Pro Gamer, thank you very much.
It's been rated.
If you're gonna do
It's hard
multiple
to afford.
GPUs, you'd probably want
Multiple-
like 4. What would they be called?
Is there any point in using the SLI thing, that thing that links the GPUs together? I'd heard nothing but bad things about it.
It's NVLink. Now it's NVLink.
Oh, is that what it's
And
called?
it really, it gives you better performance,
Hmm.
not twice as good performance, and in certain games it gives you worse performance
Oh, because it's just not
because
optimized
it's just
for it.
so horribly optimized. Yeah.
Huh. Multiple GPUs are great for AI. Yeah. Well, and also for Bitcoin mining, right?
But I
Not
think
that-
Oh, no.
yes.
although no one's
For
doing that.
professional work though,
Hmm.
I don't see why you'd want a Titan RTX.
I.
Because if you're doing professional work,
Yeah.
you'd want to go Quadro.
Oh,
So
really?
then you'd get a Quadro. Yeah.
Why Quadro?
Because Quadro is their professional lineup. It's got the most CUDA cores, the most.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't realize that they had another one above that. Holy moly.
Yeah,
okay.
that's their thing, professional, and it's like the Quadros also allow like virtualization, so you can run like multiple virtualized PCs off one
Mhm.
Quadro. So it's
I-
almost like it's split up into 4 different computers.
Oh, that's neat. Reverse Pro Gamer, hello, and thank you very much for the raid, buddy. Whoever you are, thank you. Appreciate it very, very much. Yes, you've come in at a good time because we're talking GPUs. Where are you getting your info from, Chunky? Where these days? Anything good? Still Linus Techs or whatever it is?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some really good stuff. And then also, honestly, the stuff that the actual GPU companies are putting out are pretty cool too, because they like to explain their tech so that if you understand it, you then want to buy more of it, basically, right?
Yeah. Thing is, NVIDIA compares their stuff to themselves, which is
Right,
kind of like Apple, but
right. Yeah, you're not a big Apple fan, are you?
Apple's worse. No.
I just imagine them going like,
I don't know. Some
like
of their
our
products are
just
okay,
like
but I
the
think
way-
it's just for marketing because it's all just like a load of
Yeah.
horseshit. Like
Well,
That's
they have some like big professionals like making that stuff.
They have,
Can it
well,
play Crisis? James Gurney, nothing can play Crisis. Let's be honest.
what is Crisis?
Uh,
I guess I better look that up. James is so hip and cool, I don't know how to
it
keep up.
looks more realistic than real life,
Really?
I would say.
Noodles, what were you saying? You were laughing about Apple again, too? Is that...
I was saying that's just sort of like saying, you know, and just like, you know, the award-winning, like, something or other, we also made that.
Yeah.
This is sort of like that. It's really cool.
Isn't our computer beautiful? Just as beautiful as the computer we made last time. Although I just saw a whole thing about my computer, the one that's running this stream right now, reluctantly.
Oh my god.
The
Computer
Trash
is so
Mac.
horrible.
The
It's
Trash
so-
Mac is so... There's a whole article about how bad the Trash Mac is and what a terrible disaster it was. And
Like even Apple admitted that it sucked.
That's what I mean, and it really pissed me off because I was like, "Excuse me, I spent like $4,000 on that," and you're now saying like, "Yeah, it sucks, and we're not gonna."
At 6,000.
Was it 6?
I don't actually know. The new one starts at 6,000. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would never do that again. I'm never buying into that high level
Don't
ecosystem
buy
again.
Apple.
Crisis looks really cool.
It does look neat, doesn't it? Crisis 1 was great. The rest was poop, apparently, according to Calcaron. I have a trash Mac, Dave. Yeah, but I'll show you something else I've got. See if anyone else recognizes this. If I can reach it without knocking everything over. Check this baby out, huh? You want to see how bad I am about buying into the world of Apple? I have the.
I think you're just bad at if you see a new cool piece of tech, you're just bad
I have the
resistant
Newton.
buying it.
I have the Newton. This is the first handheld device. It cost ridiculous amounts of money, and I can't get rid of it because this was like, to me, this was like science fiction coming to life. It was like you'd come in, you'd go like this, you'd flick it open. I just broke it. But so you'd flick it open like that, and then it would recognize your handwriting. Sometimes it would recognize your handwriting in the same way that any of these. Well, that basically in the same way that what is the stupid one that Apple uses?
Damn it, Mickey.
Which is the one that Apple uses that I hate. Whatever Apple's thing is it's voice recognition. It's
Siri.
like it's like the Siri of handwriting. It got everything wrong. But I just loved the idea. You used to write something and then it would think for a second and it would turn it into text, and very rarely would it get it right. Now I got to go find the cover that I just flung across it. I didn't even know that came off. I guess it does. Oh yeah, there you go. It does. It pops off. The other thing was that the battery life was so terrible, you couldn't keep it in your pocket because it would get so hot. They used to call it the basically the cheek heater because it'd only fit in your back pocket, sort of, and it would heat you up like a roast beef.
Well, just get 2 of them, and then you always got a warm butt.
Oh, I just dropped it. Anyways, it's doing very well. Cooked buns, hot buns, exactly. It's the hot buns. What else have I got on my list of things to talk about? Because there's a few things here. Yes, I got into the GPUs. Right, so we're talking about the GPUs and what they're being used for. And obviously, like, GPUs are great for things like rendering VFX or doing big data searches, AI stuff. And then whenever anyone mentions AI, which they seem to stick AI on the end of everything now. But I started looking into it because, and I found this little article about the difference between AI in games and computer AI. And the fact is that apparently it's still better or faster, or maybe people are just lazy, to actually give your NPCs, your non-player characters, a list of possible commands to do rather than have them learn how to sort of interact themselves. So they're still using, like, it's not really AI for a lot of that stuff, even though that would be the assumption. Because I was looking to see if there was any way. I was like, oh, if you've got a GPU, then surely the game must be using the GPU to do some of the AI that it needs to run the game. Of course, the reality is it's not really the same kind of AI that's being used in like big data or robotics or any of that kind of stuff. So I thought that was kind of neat. What do we got here? Yes. So basically, like, because you would have thought that AI would be the perfect thing to use for teaching the enemies and the bosses in a game, like, how to kill you, right? And they would learn by what you did and all that kind of stuff. But apparently that's not really how they're doing it.
That's why with like video games, when like things like when people are speedrunning, for example, like there's a lot of glitches they'll exploit to like skip through a really long stretch of fights or like an easy way to beat a boss because something in their code doesn't like they don't learn, so you can quickly
Well, I would have thought that that's the stuff that AI would be used for, right? Is to figure that stuff out. But sorry.
Of course, there are of course, there are also speedrunners that don't use glitches, and there's no glitch speedruns. But
there's speedruns that have been done by AI. So there's actually AI that's learned how to play games, like learn how to beat games. So AI versus AI in a way. But they're saying that AI in gaming isn't used the way you'd think it was. Like, that it's being used more. The AI part of video games is more about the rendering of the world. So it's more about figuring out where you're going to look or what it needs to start figuring out so that when you do it, it's ready and there for you, right? Because you think about the massive amounts of processing that's got to happen in those beautiful games. Like, it doesn't know whether you're going to look left or right or up or down or shoot something or whatever you're going to do. You know what I mean? It's got to figure out that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's AI games have to be very fast and low latency, so it makes sense to model enemy behavior in the simplest way, says Mark. Yeah, that does make sense. Mark, you've got a PhD in mathematics. Are you doing game theory as well, that kind of stuff? I mean, those are often linked. Warlock Jason Carnes is back. Yes, talk nerdy to us. ICS Press had no idea we were chatting. Sorry, but you're on the elliptical. That's good. I got to do yoga later. So what's going on? Butter Socks has got some. Hello, Butter Socks, by the way. Says
That's
GPU.
one of the best nickname. That's one of the best.
It's pretty good, Mr. Butter Socks. Yeah, it's good. A solid GPU is really great for tearing apart malware and viruses. Might take an hour, but in that time, you know everything it's going to do without actually detonating it. Oh, that's interesting. So you're basically running a simulation of what the virus would do without actually running the virus. That's really neat. Oh, computer vision research. Oh, that's cool, Mark. Because that's using a ton of GPU stuff then, isn't it? Because the whole idea of like image recognition software is all about trying to get as much done at the same time as possible, right? Remember the AI? Remember the alien isolation I told you about, Offset? Yes. One of the things about that game is that the AI of the alien that learns your habits, like hiding places, tactics, and so on, changes his tactics too. So there are some videos regarding how it works. Ooh, Offset. We'll have to look into that. That's great.
Maybe you have a link and we can ask.
Yeah, if you've got Offset, if you've got a link for that, that would be amazing. And I'm sorry that we haven't followed you up on that. Baz, how do you feel about playing Alien Isolation? You sounded a little bit nervous about how possibly scary it might be. Is that right?
Oh, also we need David, can't you do that?
Can I do what?
Give permission.
Oh, right. How do I do that?
Cal, argue fast, but not that fast.
Hey, what is the command I need to use, Cal? Is that?
At this point, we just assume Cal is just like this.
It's the ! permit and space and then their username.
Exclamation permit. I see. Okay. All right. Great. So if I know that, I should have a. Data is Offset's game. Nice. Permit name. How does James know? James, is there anything you don't know? It's getting scary.
Because Cal just said it on Discord, which.
No, I know. I heard. Yeah, no. But I mean, I'm surprised that James does seem to know an awful lot. It's a little worrying. Zamora, I've watched some people play Alien Isolation. It is scary, but also a lot of fun. Okay.
Yeah, David, if you didn't realize, James is always listening.
James, it's true. It's true. The all listening James and the all being Cal.
Dang it.
All right. So what else have I got in here? Oh, the last thing.
Offset just wait. For some reason, there we go. Offset. Now go.
The links are going to happen any second now. We're going to see it. I don't get scared much, but Alien Isolation have me running around the room at times. Really? All right, Baz, what do you think? Should we play it together? Would that be better?
Okay, I'm okay.
I think.
Sure.
I think perhaps Ironham is in his own.
I'm talking. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, good.
How do you feel about Alien Isolation?
That's a horror game.
I'd probably be very horrified, but I could play it.
Would you give it a go? Oh, Dead Space is supposed to be great too. That's true.
Yeah.
And BioShock.
I would try it.
You were talking about doing Scary Saturdays.
I have a heart attack on the stream, but I'd play it.
But that would make it fun if you actually died of fright, wouldn't it? That'd be like the most watched.
Make it fun.
That'd be the most watched clip.
That's the first word that comes to my mind when I think of horror video games.
Ooh, there's a VR mod for Alien Isolation.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Now we're not playing that. No way. No way.
Oh,
That
also,
I'd get sick anyways.
I'll play the FNAF one, but not the Alien Isolation.
I think I died of fright in a couple of movies. I did a movie called The Triangle, and I had to die of fright. I get to shoot guns in the next one. Just saying. Yeah. I shoot guns and I think crash trains, I think, or something. I don't know what else I'm doing, but we'll see.
You're constantly dying in all these movies.
I die in everything. It's true. I die in everything. It's like that's, you know why? I'm good at dying. I was born to die. And we all were, for that matter. That's, it's not really a particularly good skill to have.
I was looking at the reviews for more comments on the game because it didn't really say much.
Right.
And then I just thought about how when I looked up War and Peace, the comments on it were one of the best. The reviews.
Mm.
If you want to laugh, just look up the reviews on War and Peace and.
Really? On War and Peace, like.
Okay. Here.
The movie? The game?
No, the book.
The book. Oh my God, War and Peace. It's too long.
Leo Tolstoy. It is super long.
Yeah, Stedman, I did die of Planet of the Apes. That's very true. And Calcron, thank you very much.
Reviews. Okay, ready for this?
Yes.
I'll read out the first review.
How did we get onto this?
Reviews, and I was looking at the reviews for Alien thing.
Oh, and then you found the review of
No, I found that a while ago, but
okay.
I was reminded.
All right, what do you got?
Okay. Personally, I find this book rather intriguing, as I've never seen such a good finale to the SpongeBob versus James Corden trilogy. My favorite part of the book was when Big Man James said, "Bombs away," and then jumped onto SpongeBob off Krusty Krab. I feel like this really connected with me on another level, and the emotions that SpongeBob was feeling when he found his lightsaber made it feel like it was in your hands. The division between the two sides was compelling, and only contributed when Pennywise revealed his evil intentions with the kids that he had stolen and pulled down in the sewers.
People have too much time.
He told them he wanted them to grow an underground garden for him. All of this made for an action-packed and lovable book, which I used quotes from every day. And 124 people found this helpful.
Well, that's probably about how many people who've actually reviewed it who actually read it as well. Yes, I was lucky to avoid dying in Stargate a lot. I think they needed somebody to say all the lines. That's how I managed to avoid it. Tolstoy and SpongeBob. It's an interesting mix. It's like, has anyone seen, what is it, Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies? I haven't seen that yet. Apparently that's kind of fun.
Twisted Fart, I just got here, and why are we analyzing Tolstoy?
I know, it's kind of it's a little odd distraction, to be fair. But we were just talking about reviews and how strange those could be. Apparently there's a lot of fake reviews. There's an app out there that can actually figure out if the reviews are real or not, because there's a lot of companies that will go and give you a whole bunch of great reviews if you pay them. Basically, you can pay people to do anything. Pride, Prejudice, and Zombie Sharks. Nice, Stedman. That's it.
Wait, Pride, Prejudice, and Mark the Zombie Shark.
That's it. Pride, Prejudice, and Mark.
The Zombie Shark.
Amazing reviews on the sugar-free gummy bears. Oh my God, those are... Have you heard about these? The sugar-free gummy bears? Oh. Let's just say they have a rather nasty effect on your system if you eat too many of them.
Reviews.
It's true, Dave. The beautiful thing about science fiction is that you die and then you just, you can always come back. Sugar-free Haribo are intense. It's funny. I've got the one of the things I'm hoping to do maybe on Friday is to start, well, maybe I'll do it earlier. I don't know. But, no, maybe probably Friday, is to start building the new 3D printer, right?
This is just the best thing ever. People ask, do sugar-free gummy bears make you poop? More than 100 consumers of 5-pound bags of sweets have posted reports of calamitous flatulence and sudden bowel damage.
Oh my God. Well, they had the same problem, but they released a new version of light potato chip that caused what they called anal leakage. Which I was like, oh my, who is going to eat those chips? You know what I mean? Oh, God. Especially if you've got to put that on the packaging,
May cause anal
leakage. Like, it's not even like it's, oh God, it's just, anyways. All right. Yes, sugar-free gummy bears apparently teach your workmates not to steal sweets. That's good. Toasted Fart. Oh my lord! Of all the people to be offended, Toasted Fart, it's you. When there is no other choice, I may take the risk," said Davy David. He's like, "Look, if it's a choice between no chips or the leakage chips, yeah, I'll take the leakage chips."
I'm sorry, but just like it literally says like and like sudden bowel evictions.
Oh, sudden bowel evacuations or whatever it's called.
Evacuation.
That is. How did we get here? In what world did we get here? Lord Chunky, what has happened?
I just went to get some water for a second, so I have no clue either.
Oh my God. Poor Lord Chunky comes back and we're talking about... Never mind. Let's move on, shall we?
I don't know. Okay.
We're literally talking about... So apparently there's like this... we're talking about reviews, and there are reviews for... Apparently someone said the reviews for the sugar-free gummy bears are really funny because they cause calamitous bowel movements and stuff. And then... and I was saying that there was a type of chips that were released that were a low-fat chip alternative. Caused anal leakage was what they had to... So again, imagine that on the wrapper before you ate the chips.
Honestly,
I would do it for me. I'd be out.
I found when you get older, you just you learn nothing changes except you learn swear words, and potty humor just becomes more advanced.
Yeah, it's just like better ways of making it sound more somehow sophisticated.
Now with 100% more anal
Oh my God! We'll have to put that on our stream title. Stargate now with 100% more anal leakage. All right, Squirrel Cam. So the last thing, which I was actually bringing up for our London friends, but I think they're actually away. But is the Sims 5 thing? I'm kind of excited about because I was looking at I don't know, Cal, you're more familiar with Sims than I am, but here, I'll put the link in. You can tell me what you think.
Cal, we need your expertise.
She's
we
always
are summoning the great and powerful Cal.
She's always there. She's always there. The great meow. So there's this whole Sims 5 release. Oh my God, another leakage. So news, rumors, and leaks, cheats about Sims 5, and the thing that I was most impressed with is what I saw was, well, first off, I don't know whether they've ripped it off or whether it's a fan thing, but someone had put a video together, and I could have sworn that it's the character from that music video that's a virtual character, that's not a real woman or a real person. We talked about it another day about how they had this like
so damn crude.
You can follow people who aren't real on Instagram because they're actually just CG characters, and they sort of used that in one of the trailers. But the thing that really impressed me was just how beautiful the designs, the renderings of the designs were in Sims. Like, could this become a way of getting into design? Like, could you learn to become an engineer and a designer by building things in Sims 5? Do you think it's going to get that good?
Well, they really do have like people like interior designing in The Sims.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are people that are very good at it.
Do you play Sims?
Or there's lots of people. I do actually have Sims.
Do you? Which one? Which version do you have?
Sims 4.
Sims 4.
A cool thing about Sims 5 is the characters didn't look as like nice in my opinion, but the world definitely was more like there's like a city and there's like apartments, and in Sims like 4, I mean, you need like stuff to do that. So they're saying if they're hoping Sims 5 has like you can walk around the neighborhood without like loading screens, and there's more like, you know,
more sandboxy in its approach.
Yes, but also more like like Sims 4, the houses are very far spaced apart. There's only a few in each community, and it just doesn't feel. Sometimes it doesn't feel the most realistic.
Right.
So one thing people want is to have that be more realistic. So like to have a city where there's a bunch of tightly packed apartment buildings you can get like on the bottom floor, the middle floor, the top floor, something.
Huh. So you're like renting apartments and stuff.
Yeah, another thing apparently they might be adding is a multiplayer, which sounds
Wait, it's not
cool.
multiplayer already?
No.
No.
What? Cal, wait a second. What? You're playing Sims by yourself?
Yes.
But that's insane. I just
They had a
assumed.
Sims Online, but it didn't do that well.
But I guess it could get toxic pretty quick, and you've got like people.
It's difficult to do in terms of game design, to design something where somebody can physically rotate and move a chair or any object,
Hmm.
and the other person would have to see it at the exact same time. In terms of networking, that's quite difficult to do.
I would have
for
thought even
multiplayer.
just visiting each other's houses and stuff. Like I thought you could do. Like I
Yeah,
mean,
but that's not interesting, is it? To just visit someone's house and type hello and leave?
I think what would make
I'm-
it more manageable
Hmm.
is instead of like have something like Minecraft, like not like unless you're on the same internet, unless you're friends with that a certain person, you can't join their world.
But Cal raises a really good point, though. What do you do if you're like in there moving around and walking around? How do you, in real time, let the person that you're online with like aware of that? That is a. Although I mean, a lot of other games are doing it.
Like which
I think
game?
I think
There ain't many games that do that.
But isn't
Oh,
Red
Minecraft?
Red?
Things like you could like interact with things in the game. Like in Minecraft, you can break a block. And
Yeah.
Yeah, but Minecraft is voxel based. It's much more simple in terms of networking.
Huh. So you're saying just the underlying structure of the game doesn't really translate well for that kind of thing?
No, because in a game like The Sims, you can move a chair inch by inch and have it be exactly where you want to be. Whereas Minecraft, it's voxels. It says you place it in this block, or it goes in that block, nowhere else.
So it's basically an on or off. It can very quickly show you that
Yes.
block is on or off. Well, what about like things like Red Dead Redemption or the potentially Last of Us thing?
There's no sort of objects that you can freely move around in the world.
Oh, I
You
see.
just
So it's
interact with
limited.
people.
I see. Okay. So because the game is so much about moving objects in a way that the other games aren't requiring it. Like it's one thing to see someone racing down the highway in a car. It's another thing to have them moving pictures and stuff.
Yes.
well, you know, in Sims,
Hmm.
you do still have like it's still sort of divided like a bit into pixels. So maybe what you could do, it would be more complicated, but maybe making Sims 5 you could change the code a bit to make it easier to code that into the game.
But each one of those pixels, like this, I guess what Cal's saying, and I get this wrong, stop me, Cal, but is the idea when you've got very limited places you can put blocks, like in Minecraft, you can just
Yeah.
the computer just has to go, is that block on or off? Oh, it's on now.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
there's a block. Whereas if you had to do that for each single pixel or smaller amounts of pixels, that's a huge amount of information to be, and think about that from a world standpoint and from different perspectives. Look, it will get there, I'm sure. I mean, our processing is just going to get faster and faster and faster, and eventually we will be able to do all of that kind of stuff. But that means like high speed internet, very high speed internet, and also really fast like systems for sharing that info. But yeah,
maybe Sims 5, if you want to play multiplayer, you want to like maybe you want to like have it a bit more restricted. So at first it's more restricted, so it's like a beta version, so it's not as good as it will be, and they keep developing it. So
Well,
at least give people the option to do that.
That's interesting though, because you could have two game modes, couldn't you? You could have like social mode where you could just walk around and say hi and stuff, and that keeps things sort of low res, for want of a better word. And then when you go to design mode, then you can design things, and it's not until you step out of that mode that people could then update that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm sure there's ways that they're trying to optimize that stuff, but it's really neat though, because that's got what I love about this is Noodles. You're already basically thinking like a programmer, right? You're going like, okay, how could you make that work? And then and then Cal's trying to figure out how to destroy our dreams, right?
Yeah. No, we're kidding, Cal. You're amazing. She's the person that brings us back down to earth.
It's our anchor.
How you
Cal,
have been doing it, David? Thank you.
Our wonderful robotic anchor.
Wow.
I'm still not convinced that you're not an android.
All right, so Sims multiplayer.
How?
And one step ahead, the Sims community
Oh,
has already created a
9,000.
serious mod to bring multiplayer to Sims 4. Sims 4 multiplayer mod is designed to let you play with other people in real time on a local network. The mod basically uses one PC as a server, which allows 2 players to join the same game. All right, there you go. I'm here. You can start now.
Network.
What was that, Cal?
Oh,
So the key word there is local network.
Yes, exactly. So that's not going over the internet. That's just allowing a couple of people to play at the same time. It is amazing, though. Like, when I see the first-person shooters and stuff, like the CODs and the Valorants, all that kind of stuff, I'm amazed at how they possibly get all that stuff back and forth to each other as they go along. Like, it boggles the mind. My mind is boggled by the idea of how much processing must be going on to make that happen. You know?
yeah.
Hey, Chunky, what's your favorite game now? What are you playing the most of
My
now?
favorite game?
Like now, what are you playing now the most?
Rainbow Six Siege.
Really? Back on Rainbow Six Siege?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're adding Sam Fisher. That's going to be neat.
They're adding what?
Sam Fisher, he's like an icon in the Tom Clancy universe.
Oh, really? Rainbow Six Siege online, it can be a bit jank. What does that mean, Mr. Buttersocks? You mean the game itself or the people playing it? That would be Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, so
I don't know, like, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, it used to be a little bit, broken.
yeah, I saw some videos of some pretty weird looking characters being folded in half and stuff.
Yeah. The best thing was, like, dinosaur legs, where the legs were, like, backwards.
Oh, really? The
Yeah.
dino legs. Well, that's just because they were. I mean, there's always that rush to get stuff out, right? So get it out there, get people playing it, then you find them.
Yeah,
find
but
the
the thing is, that
problem.
was 2 years after the release.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's not so good. Although, I mean, how much? I mean, honestly, how much are graphics important to you when you're playing your games? Like, are the graphics a huge part of it?
They're not that bad, but the thing that's broken is, like, the hitboxes.
Oh, okay. No, that's not good.
Oh, this just looks amazing.
Which one are you looking at, Noodles?
Rainbow Six Siege Dino Legs.
It's
One of the best things I've ever seen.
straight to the glitches. I love that. First,
It's really funny.
Like
Wow.
there's these people crouching, like this person crouching, like shooting. On the first, and they're like forward shooting, but it looks like their torso's been spun around. They're kneeling the wrong way.
You can't really.
Fallout
bash
4.
it.
People are recommending. Rice KM's recommending Fallout 4. Well,
If you
recommending.
like bunkers, it's a good game.
Is it good?
If you like bunkers,
Oh, it's a really? Oh, of course it is. It's a bunker game.
yeah.
Bunker game.
Okay, we got to get you set up, Noodles. You could be in a bunker all the time, a virtual bunker. And then Fall Guys. I've heard a lot about Fall Guys and nothing about Fall Guys. Yeah, not so,
Here's the thing. I think I'd be good at those sort of like survival games. I don't.
It's really hard.
know.
It's really, really hard.
sorry, which one? Fall
Maybe
Guys
not
or Fallout?
Maybe not crazy as Fallout, but stuff like just like I think I'd be okay at Raft, for example.
Yeah, Raft is fun. Baz has played that a bit. Mobile Toxic Waste. 13-year-old son making games using Unreal Engine 4. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? The Unreal Engine 4. That's very cool. Well, if he wants to show off anything, let us know. We'll have a look, and no doubt we'll critique it and maybe give him some tips on how to make that mark more scary, or shark, as the case may be. No, I'd love to see what he's working on and how he's and hear about how he's finding the process of making games.
We have a question. What do you think about classic video games? Which one is your favorite? What do you define as classic video games?
As old as me. That's pre-video game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, what first let's define classic video game. What do you think? What like
you mean like Pong, Pac-Man, like Frogger? What do you define?
yeah, that makes sense. That I would define that. I would say those were classic. So like
Classic
early
is
video
like
games.
for earlier.
All right. Oh wow, we got lots of suggestions here. But what are they? Okay, but Bandits. Before you look at the chat, what Lord Chunky? What the classic games? Any classic games that you liked?
I've never really played any, but I played Pong and it's pretty fun.
Really? You played Pong? How did you play Pong? On what?
Like a
Like a PC simulation of it?
yeah, or emulator.
Huh. Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
But not any of none of the
arrow
Donkey
buttons
Kong
done
or
with
any.
an S, and then you can have 2 people playing.
But no Donkey Kong or any of that kind of stuff. Any of those ones?
No, none of that stuff.
Really? Okay, so Palm,
I
very
I've
basic.
actually played Donkey Kong once before. I went to like a retro video game bar.
Oh, did you go to the Z Bar or whatever it is?
No, because I'm not allowed in there. But it was a place.
Oh
that
yeah,
recently
because it's a
closed
stupid
down.
bar. That's
They have
right.
family days. They have family days on the weekends.
Yeah. Do they have
Oh, they
anything
do?
anymore though? Are they open anymore?
Carmen San Diego. There's a Netflix series for that.
I don't know. I think they might just be doing like.
Takeout food? Like that's not really what they're known for, right? It's a video game arcade.
No. You could
Like-
probably do it, but just like super like wear a mask and it's probably distance. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a
I'm
tough.
trying to think.
That's a tough one though. You got to wash the controllers every time. Like that's a really.
Yeah.
That is a tough one.
I'm trying to think like.
So noodles. Early
what did I
games.
do? Oh, I don't know. I've played like Pac-Man before. I've played Space Invaders.
I used to
Actually,
love Miss Pac-Man.
my cousins used to have this like a Space Invaders like actual like arcade thing.
No, like an actual stand-up arcade.
Well, I don't know if it was. I forget exactly. I'm trying to remember it. I can't.
I
really
want to make
remember.
one of those.
I don't know if it was actually like Space Invaders, but on like a new sort of thing. Like
Mhm.
it was the same thing, but or if it was an actual arcade thing. But I do remember they had Space Invaders.
See, that's I gotta say, the idea of having I don't know why, but I love the idea of an arcade machine. There's just something about I like the controller, I like the meatiness of it. I mean, you can pre-order the new Atari. Oh wow, you can pre-order the
Ooh.
new Atari VCS 800 for $389.
You know,
That's a lot of money
I
to
did-
retro game.
When I played Donkey Kong, that was really fun.
Yeah, Donkey Kong was fun. Baz, what about you? Were there any retro games you were into like Pokemon retro games? Baz and I played Tekken the other day, which we hadn't. Which
I
is
love to play Pokemon, but I don't know how to get it on a computer.
There's not really any really retro games that I
Hmm.
like.
Help you with that.
Not like classically retro, but I like games like
Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat.
those kinds of games.
What
Not
else?
like I. It's not like I specifically like classic games. I just like games,
Right.
and if those are some games that I like those games.
I used to love. Was it 1940 something or another, whatever it was? I get the dates wrong, but 1945 or 1942 or 1941 or whatever. I can't remember what the name of the game was. 1942. That's it, Stedman. Thank you. Which was just basically again button mashing plane flying along, and you had to just dodge things as you went along. And then there was like an updated one that was sort of like more sci-fi. But I loved it. Or what about pinball machines? What about pre?
Ooh, I loved one of my favorite. I love skee ball. It's always fun.
Oh, skee ball. Oh, really? Yeah. And then, of course, there's the board games. Then we get into the whole other, then there's the whole Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I know, James Gurney. I'm sorry. One day I'll organize it. Dungeons and Dragons.
I love Catan. Settlers of Catan.
Oh, it's fun, isn't it? Have you got any
One of-
expansions?
I do not have any extensions, but I would like. Yeah, that would be fun to get. Mom, we should bring Catan up north.
Yes. Catan's a great one. You know what else there is that's really good is that I hate, but I love. I hate and I love. I odi ad amo. I love and hate. What is that freaking unicorn game? Bratlett?
Oh. What?
Unstable Unicorn.
Unstable Unicorns. Oh my god.
Oh.
That game makes me want to murder the entire family, but it's so much fun just
I
making...
played it with 2 people, and it's just not the same. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 people. It's got to be... You need more people to screw each other over. It's like...
Yeah.
I also really like
It really
Munchkin.
just felt like, I don't know. I think my mom got like some of the good. It just felt like I was just getting completely screwed over the whole game. There's nothing I could really do.
So in other words, you
'Cause,
were
like,
you were losing,
There was
so
no
you
one to
hated it.
screw her over because I was getting screwed
Ah,
over.
I see. And she was a mean player, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was just kind of trying to save myself,
Right.
and she was just.
Isn't that
Ugh.
that sounds like the
Evil moms.
unstable.
This Unstable Unicorns is
Unicorns.
great. And also the other one that's really fun is
There's
Munchkin.
also one called like Exploding Kittens.
Yeah, Exploding Kittens.
Exploding Kittens.
I've not played that really. Duck Game is a made-for-player experience. The duck, like Duck Duck Goose. Activision, not Atari gamer. Huh, interesting. Trivial Pursuit. Yeah, I was never good at Trivial Pursuit. I can't remember. I don't remember things very well, so I sucked at that. And also, to be honest, I grew up hating games other than video games.
Oh, yeah.
Great family game. Keep talking and nobody explodes. That's good. If it's about talking, I used to love Monopoly. To be honest, I just loved like building my empire and going from there. Which is kind of why I like. I think I like Catan as well. Same thing because you get to build. Have you played Catan, Chunky?
No, I haven't.
It's actually
You
kind of
should.
fun. Yeah, it's kind of a fun one.
It takes a long time to play.
It
It's
is.
like,
Yeah, it is a
some
bit of that.
games,
Yeah.
like seriously, some games could take. Oh, Monopoly, that's fun.
Is there like an online version of Catan you could play? I mean, I guess that's other games.
Probably.
But that would be kind of fun if we could do a virtual
Love
version of that.
Monopoly. It's
Ticket
lots
to
of fun.
Ride. Yes, we have that.
There's
too.
actually a game that's designed to be all about board games. It's called Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, that's right.
That's
And what is that? Like a platform for creating
Don't
other
drag
games?
My damn sheep.
Yeah, you can pretty much just download and play any kind of board game you can imagine, even D&D if you want.
Really? Okay, that's cool. Okay. And it's called, what is it called?
Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, James Gurney already got the answer. Jesus,
Also,
James.
The first
James is like
time I
having Google in your chat.
Oh, Scrabble's fun too. Scrabble's fun.
Tabletop Simulator. All right.
Another thing about Catan is the first time I ever played Catan, we tried a more basic version because
What's a
to
Steam
start
game?
off, and we didn't include the like 4-to-1 trade.
Oh, right. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
like, and oh my god, I got so much wheat, and no one would trade with me because I had so much wheat that like everyone already had a ton of wheat.
Well,
I
you
had,
need the
like,
mix
12
of supplies, don't you, to get anything done?
Yeah, and I had like 12 wheat every round, and then when the robber came around, I'm like, oh, thank you, just take all my wheat. I
Qatar
would have
Universe.
won, I
let's see.
swear. I would have won if I known that 4-to-1 rule. Where are we?
Hello, Bertley. We are still here, yes. So,
Normally,
Lord
we-
Chunky, just to give you an idea of the game, it's basically...
Yeah.
Do you know the game?
no, I don't.
Well, it's basically... So you have a board, and you each have a little section of the board, and your job is to gather up supplies from wherever you can, and build an empire. So you build houses, and then the houses become villages, and then the villages become basically like cities.
Sort of.
And you build roads and you make trades, and it's kind of a fun. It's like Monopoly without the formality, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So sort of okay.
Yeah.
To sort of explain this, it's sort of yeah. So basically, what David said. So basically, you collect resource. The goal of the game is first 1 to 10 points.
Oh,
And you
sorry.
can
Wait
get
1
points.
second. James Gurney's got to go back to the lab, so I think we should all say goodbye to James Gurney. Thank you, James.
Goodbye,
All-seeing,
James.
all-hearing James. As always, a pleasure. Talk soon.
Thank you, James.
Yay.
Oh, even Cal said goodbye to James. Boy, Cal really is in a good mood today.
Wow.
Wow, what's up with
Cal's
that?
saying hello to everyone. Cal's
Say
on
something
you.
about having multiple Sennheiser headphones. Would you say you have a pair that you use a lot less? That would be, per se, disposable?
Disposable set. Are you trying to wait a second? You trying
I
to
could
walk
go
off
to
with
a
Cal's?
good cause.
Are you that good cause, Lord Chunky?
That's besides the point. I just need an answer.
You know, if you want to talk about mics, Gigi Giraffe just bought a new mic from Amazon that
Yep.
sounds amazing, and it's like under $100, and it comes with a stand,
Wow,
spit guard, everything.
Like how much under 50 or like 70?
I'm
bucks?
finding out. I'm guessing it's around 70, but you know what? It's in the chat. I think it's in. Is it in the chat somewhere?
It's from. It's not in Dis. I don't think it's in Discord. No.
Hang on. Wait, I think I've got. Is this here? No. Giraffes. Here you go. Okay, I got the link. Here you go. Copy. This is not. I'm by no means am I saying you should buy this. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that this is what one of our bandits has discovered in his travels, and he's. Oh, that's a link to the Discord channel. Does that make sense?
Oh, do you want me to finish explaining Catan?
Oh,
Just
so I'm
go-
sorry. Yeah, Noodles, go ahead. Finish that. Sorry, I got distracted.
Lord Chunky, first to 10 points, you can get points by building roads, having a big army, and like building houses and cities, and yeah, it's basically all about trading. And there's even like a thief that you can steal from people. Yeah, it's just should The thing with Catan is it's sort of hard to explain like all the rules. You just sort of have to play it in order to know how to do it.
So this is the mic that giraffe. I don't know how to spell giraffe. I get that very, very wrong.
It's 68.
How much is it?
68.
68. That's not bad.
68 is quite a bit still.
But it's like for like a condenser mic, I think that's a pretty good price, isn't it? What do you use for
why
your
would
mic?
you want to I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't you want a mic that doesn't do any condensing? Because it just sounds so much better.
I don't know whether it actually does condense or whether that's just the term for it. I don't know whether it's. Is it actually? Look, I'm asking. I have no idea. I know nothing about sound. I'm also half deaf, so everything sounds good to me. I remember making a mixed CD of music that I would listen to back in the day when I was doing Stargate. We first started Stargate, and Joe said, "Oh, can I borrow the music? I'm going on a trip." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I gave him the CD. He's like, "Oh my god, it sounded like awful. It was like the worst recordings he's ever heard." And I was like, "Really? I didn't notice anything." So, 68 Canadian makes my wallet hurt.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this is the problem with
A lot for just a mic.
it is, but if that's what for someone like Baz, who's lucky enough to get my cast-offs, for someone like Baz who wants to do streaming like professionally, you gotta have good sound. Like it's almost more important than picture. Wouldn't you say, Cal?
Yeah.
Like the sound is almost more important than the picture when it comes to this stuff?
Absolutely.
I would
Yeah.
say that because some people don't even do like face cams when they're streaming.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But there's just something about sound that you notice it in movies too. If there's bad sound in movies or TV, you're like, this is a bad movie. Like you just can't help it. You just unless it's got the closer you can get to. I don't think it's not even real. The sound, like it's not how we hear things. I feel like we hear things in a much thinner way. Well, as I say, I don't hear things very well at all. But I feel like we hear things in a thinner, sort of less bassy way than we do when we're listening to things on the computer or the TV and stuff. But for some reason, the production of sound can make or break a movie or a speech or a, whatever.
Even a video game.
Yeah.
Say, except for the movies where there's bad actors, and then you're just wishing the sound would stop working.
Well, even then, though, you can if you can't. I think if you're struggling to hear things, you can't even enjoy a bad movie if you're struggling to hear it. Oh, here we go. Ofstad's got the whole thing. Condensers are called like that because they use capacitors. Okay, so the capacitor inside converts acoustic energy into electrical capacity, not a flux capacitor.
Take a break.
Oh,
Stand up and stretch your
I
legs.
am standing up.
How many goats does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
Just one. But you have to goat them into it.
Did anyone hear that joke?
Yeah, it was really bad.
How many? What does it take to? I missed the first
How
part.
many goats does it take to change the light bulb?
I thought
Okay.
you said
One.
boats for a second.
You have to goat them into it.
Oh, that's awful.
Ugh.
Alexa,
Yeah.
shut up. Okay, worst Alexa joke. They're like, it's worse than dad jokes or Alexa jokes. Oops,
Yeah,
don't
well,
listen to
you
me.
said Alexa now, so now she's activated.
I
now she's
know.
listening to
She
everything we're
keeps,
saying.
but she never gets it right. This is my frustrating thing. Is like one of the things I've learned. I thought like people talk about like you're trapped inside in COVID. You're worried about you're in close proximity to your family all the time. There's been a lot of fights, a lot of domestic violence and stuff. My biggest concern is that I'm going to toss Alexa out the window because Jane and I just get so frustrated with Alexa not doing what she's told. Anyways.
Alexa randomly turns off my lights.
Wow. That's like, remember, there was a great movie. No, I'm going to take that back. There was a fun movie from the 80s or 90s called Electric Dreams, which was about a computer which ends up taking over, like basically falls in love with the woman next door and then starts taking over the house, which I remember quite liking as a kid. It's probably incredibly, inappropriate and bad now, but oh my god, I loved Electric Dreams. I have the soundtrack. Yeah, the soundtrack was great. Honestly, the soundtrack's kind of what made it.
It's white and can't climb trees. A fridge.
A fridge.
That is
White
amazing.
and can't
It's so good.
climb trees.
I used to have a joke about it being a terrible midwife, but I always struggled with the delivery.
Delivery. Yeah, I think I kind of want to see Electric Dreams again now. Everything you say is recorded by Alexa if you don't mute yourself. No, I know, Microtwist. This is the problem. Is it's like the reality is if it's got a wake up word, if it's got a wake up word, then you know it's just waiting for that wake up word. So, and also, but again, we walk around with the
Alexa,
perfect spying
tell me a
devices
joke.
on our phones all the time. You know what I mean?
Hey Alexa, tell me a joke.
Wow, I've suddenly got a lot of messages. What's going on? Something gone crazy?
Actually, you're like popular or something?
Well, no, you know what it is? I've just taken a couple of jobs, so things start happening. It's kind of weird. I'm not, just a little nervous about going back to work. I don't particularly like it. Oh, Stedman's downloading Electric Dreams right now? Naturally,
Sure.
I'm sure legally.
Well, David, once we build a PC and maybe I'll play Minecraft with Baz or something, we can take over this entire channel for you while you do acting stuff.
That's it. You guys can run the Tech Bandits for us. Actually, yeah, that's an interesting point, actually. What's going to happen when I'm... Well, we also got to figure out when to do it, because you guys are all going back to... You bandits are all going back to school soon, right?
I'm thinking,
Like after school?
No, just listen. Let me just think.
Let me listen. Okay, let's listen. Let me listen to you thinking. Okay, got it.
Wednesday and Friday, 8:45 to 3 o'clock.
Really? Is that what you're... Do you have those days off or something?
I learned more in this than I learned in school. So.
I mean, not exactly, but I can say I have
That you're in classes?
Special events. I'm in special events on those days, and it's and I'll get a note signed by my mom or something.
Well, we'll have to have it
that
come up with
says
like some
I
kind of
must-
projects. You need like some kind of projects to show
I'm
that you've been
excused
working on.
every Wednesday or Friday.
Well, if we're making Mark, the game, Mark Attack, then maybe you could get like extra credits for that, or like get credits for it instead of
Yeah.
having to do, I don't know, other boring stuff. Myst. Oh my God, I forgot about Myst. Myst was amazing. Actually, the Bandits might like Myst because it's all just puzzle solving, right?
Oh, I've heard of Myst.
And it's kind of it was beautiful.
Okay, so apparently it's a puzzle solving game where you have different islands and puzzles, right?
Yep.
And then sometimes you even have to go like back to islands.
Oh yeah. No, it was like, yeah, it was a fun game. My sister Moira was obsessed with that. She loved, partially because she was a graphic design artist as well, so she did all this beautiful graphic design stuff and was just
that looks
completely
cool.
taken with it. And if you love The Mist, then you should play The Witness. Interesting. Okay.
For like older game, it actually still looks pretty cool.
What's my favorite food?
I don't have a favorite food. They're all really good.
It's hard to find favorite foods.
Do you want
Pizza?
To
Oh, maybe. Hey, Baz, can we go for pizza today? Can we go grab a couple of slices of za after this? What the heck was that? What was that? Baz, what did you say?
I said yes, please, yes.
Really? Because it came out like this. Play. Pierogies. Pierogies are good. Okay, so The Witness is a single-player game in an open-world island with dozens of locations to explore and over 500 puzzles. Ooh, nice. Although, if Baz and my attempts to follow through on James Gurney's missions on Minecraft are any indication, we'd suck at it. Although Baz is better at puzzles than I am.
Oh, it looks beautiful too.
Which is this with The Witness? I'm checking it out.
Oh, it's really, really pretty.
Someone should make a game out of that bunker that we saw the other thing. Like that is just the creepiest thing.
Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's really pretty.
It's gorgeous, I say.
That
I'm
fun.
telling you.
Man, we're turning Noodles into a total gaming PC nerd, isn't it?
How do you know I wasn't always one inside?
Well, you were like you were like just on the science stuff to start. Was that just because I didn't invite you, or is it or oh it is?
I actually just kept forgetting about Wednesdays because I wasn't
Really?
used to coming, so I just kept forgetting.
That's so nice of you to just completely forget about us. Ooh, this does look
I'm
cool.
sorry. It would be like I would forget what day it is. I'm like, wait, is it Wednesday? Oh crap! What time is it? What time is it? And it's like 2:00. I'm like, dang it!
Dang it! I gone and missed them.
And then I would be Oh, thanks, Pixie Rose.
Pixie Rose! How is Pixie Rose doing?
Happy to be here. Keep up the great work, guys.
Ah, that's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
Thank you much, Pixie Rose. You be well. You be well. You be safe. You be happy. You know
I really need to get Twitch just so I can get those
Yeah, you got to get on Twitch. It sucks not to be on Twitch.
Just for those emotes, just for the.
It's just great for being able to. It's for communication too. You know what I was thinking? We should start doing. We should do like a new game or a game exploration day or like a from the vault type thing where we just all try a new game.
Yeah.
Pixie Rose hasn't slept in over 24 hours. Oh
That's not
my
good.
gosh.
No.
That's like 24-hour party people. 4-track boy. Hey men, what's up?
Women.
I'm
are
assuming
here.
men and women as well. I'm assuming, right?
Yes, girls or whatever.
Oh,
I guess
bipolar
when
mania. That's not good. No dose recommended. What do you mean? Like those are the things that make you not sleep, isn't it? I just
drink Red Bull and coffee.
Oh my god. Don't you start. Who was trying to drink Red Bull the other day? Was it one of our cousins was trying to drink Red Bull? I was like, you are not drinking Red Bull. All right. Sleep, honestly, the only way I find it much better to sleep when I've exercised. It's the only thing that makes a difference for me. No matter what you do, even just a little bit of exercise makes a difference. Walking the freaking dog around helps for me for sleeping. I get to the point now, I go to bed now. What was that?
You gotta walk the dog a lot.
Oh, ADHD.
We have to walk a dog. How often do you walk your dog, Chunky?
Well, not too often, because maybe 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Because he's 11.
Oh, that's what
My
I need.
dog's a puppy.
I need an
There's a
old dog
difference.
again. The puppy is like, do you want to trade? I'll take the 11-year-old. I like the old dogs.
No, I'm good actually.
Pixie Rose, you want a dog? I happen to know someone who's got one. Right, Baz? We'd give that dog away in a second, right? To be fair,
Yeah, sure. You can keep thinking that, Dad.
I think I spent 14 years threatening to give Baz away. Well, that's the next 14 years, giving our Mars away.
Oh yeah, you would always say you hated him, but we all
Yeah, I didn't hate Mars. It's just that it was just I begrudgingly loved
just
that.
so smelly.
He was smelly. That was a smelly dog. His breath was his breath. He had death breath. You know why? Because he was dying. That's why he had death breath.
Every time he exhaled, he was exhaling part of himself.
Yeah, basically, it was his soul leaving his body. Not that I'm not a big fan of souls. All right, Burley, or a cat, the superior pet. Oh,
Yeah, definitely not.
ooh, Burley, Cal's gonna lower the dog hammer on you. Yeah. Is bad breath, gum disease. Oh yeah, the whole thing, Pac Mom. It was not pretty. The fact of the matter is, dogs eat. I mean, there's no way around it. They eat everything, and some of those things are pretty horrible. So, and yet, for some reason, I have no problem with the dog just licking my face. So, yeah, she's a beautiful dog, our Huzzah. But
Mars Brothers was so sweet though.
he was very sweet. I don't think she's sweet. Like I say, I think she's like Red Sparrow. I think she's a Soviet spy. A Soviet coyote kangaroo spy.
Well, Cal's still here, and we think she's an android. So.
We know she's an android. Although she does laugh at the odd joke now, which means, again, I don't know Cal is in a good mood, and it worries me immensely for the planet.
Yeah, the more we make fun of you, the better mood Cal is in.
It's
Actually,
true.
It's sort of the same
Actually,
for me.
maybe that is it. That's a good point. The more I'm
I
mocked.
gotta go for 5 minutes.
Soviet zombie
You're
shark.
gone for 5, Chunky?
Yeah.
All right, we'll probably be around for a bit. I'll stay till 1:30. How's that?
David, Soviet zombie shark named Mark.
Mark the Soviet zombie shark. I love it. It'd be like, I'm here to help you. That's more like that's the German accent. That's sorry, Cal. I apologize.
I am here.
But he could also talk like that. That's how bad the game is. He's got a bad accent. My name is Mark. I have an accent.
Just imagine the zombie shark coming up and eating your floors and being like, "Would you like to join? I've come to save you."
The Soviet zombie shark. It could have like a big star on it, like a star tattoo on it somewhere, you know?
I was gonna have a hammer and sickle.
Oh, a hammer and sickle, a hammerhead and sickle.
Yeah, no,
That's brilliant. A hammerhead and yes. It could be a hammerhead holding a sickle.
Yes, and then he cuts through the floor with a sickle. He cuts through his head with a sickle, and he goes, "Here's
Mark." Mark, the hammer-headed sickle shark.
Bad accent. Oh, Mark, the hammer-headed sickle shark.
Is there actually a sickle shark? That'd be kind of cool if there was a sickle.
Mark, the Soviet hammerhead sickle shark. And then,
yes, there are sickle sharks.
We need Jack Jasper to design this.
There's a sickle-thin lemon shark. Oh my god, even better, it's a lemon shark.
He's Mark, the lemon sickle head hammer Soviet.
The hammer-headed lemon-finned sickle shark. The hammer-headed lemon-finned sickle shark. Mark.
And then it's a zombie, also part of the Soviet, and then whenever he comes to your floor, he goes, "Here's Mark," and then comes to save you.
We gotta build this game. I want to play this game already. All right, so we got to look into. So the next thing we're looking into then is trying to figure out how to get some games made on. Well, I guess let's put.
Is saying cooked in butter and lemon juice.
Oh no.
Oh,
Stedman.
So Rose, to inform you, earlier we came up with an amazing idea to have a zombie shark game where you have to like start the zombie sharks.
Because Cal's saying that we need to live on an oil rig. That would be the coolest bunker of all.
Yeah, and then so basically, like a zombie survival game, but you're floating on an oil rig and it's zombie sharks, and you float around collecting materials and stuff from islands, and you make like antidotes to shoot the sharks.
And being attacked by zombie sharks.
Being attacked by zombie sharks, and you need to build your base to be stronger, and shoot darts to cure the sharks.
Yeah, like Shark the Apocalypse.
and then train them and ride on them to dart more sharks.
You've got to be able to ride sharks. You got it.
And then we came up with Baz came up with the idea of Mark the Shark.
Mark the Shark.
So now Mark the Shark is now a Soviet.
Soviet? Sorry, Soviet lemon-finned. No, it's a hammerhead lemon-finned sickle shark. There you go.
Yes, and also whenever he cuts through the floor with his sickle,
Molotov equals hammer.
Molotov
Molotov equals hammer. Serp equals sickle. So it'd be Merp, the hammer sickle-headed shark. Merp instead of Mark. Merp.
Wait, if we get endorsed by the Baby Shark theme song, except remixed in death
Oh no,
metal.
please God, don't start the Baby Shark. Oh my God, Baz played that over.
Like a death metal Baby Shark. Okay, let me see.
Baby Shark, 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 shark. That's it. A metal version. The metal version of Baby Shark. I love it.
Death metal Baby Shark.
Death metal Baby Shark. I love it. That's someone's gonna do that. Frog Leap did that. They did that? Oh, Frog Leap did the Baby Shark. Yeah.
I'm gonna mute.
All right.
And see.
Go for it.
See if this is a good song, and then.
Yeah, this is our Pixie Rose. This is our inspiration for gaming. This is our how to get into gaming. You come up with crazy ideas, and then we're gonna try to. Now we want a heavy metal Baby Shark soundtrack, and there's a Volbeat version of Baby Shark. Deep Blue Sea, that was fun. That was basically all about mutant sharks, wasn't it? But I don't think anyone got to ride the shark. I mean, there's jumping the shark, but this would be riding the shark. This is going even further. Dubstep Turkey is a good video. Better than Baby
Oh,
Shark.
this is the best thing ever.
Polka Baby Shark. That would be good too.
Control C, Control V in the Discord, because I still need to make a Twitch.
Have you found a? We're looking at the live stream chat. Oh boy. There's a heavy metal version of. Okay, let me copy this for people. Here we go. I'm going to copy. No, not the message link. I want to copy the link, right? No, copy link. There you go. Copy link. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, slowest cut and paste in the world. Here you go. Okay, so this is the new one, apparently. This is the hits. We're listening to the hits over here. I may have to hear a little bit of this. Wow.
Are you going to play it for everyone?
I can't play because I'll get in trouble, won't I? But that's gives you an idea of it. Just me, or has it been a couple of days without squirrels? Here's the thing, Offset. So my squirrels used to come because of our bird feeder. So I have the bird. I'm not filling the bird feeder anymore because the neighbors didn't like the idea of rats showing up because there were rats wandering through our squirrel cam. So maybe.
Does everyone like the death metal Baby Shark?
Oh, I love it. That's like the best theme song. Absolutely. We'd probably have to record our own version of it though, so that we wouldn't get in trouble, right?
Baby Shark, do.
If it's different enough, we can't get sued, right?
Yeah,
Too much screaming for my
maybe-
taste. Bertley likes a little bit of scream, but not all scream. Interesting.
Maybe Mark the Shark, do.
Oh, that's it. Mark the Shark. That's it. More Mark the Shark.
Do.
I love
Mark
it.
The Shark, do. Mark the Shark, do. Mark the Shark.
Mark the zombie shark. Zombie shark. Shark. Zombie shark. Yeah, it's true. You can really have some fun with this. I'm glad that we've really
You know what you need?
What?
A chair.
I need a chair?
Yes.
I have a chair. I just never use
What
it.
chair?
I like standing.
Really?
Stedman is gonna
Well, no,
have that
I shouldn't
chair
say I
forever.
like standing. I don't like standing, but I stand
think
because I
once
feel
you
it's
get,
better
like,
for
a
me.
desk, that's good
It
for
has
sitting.
evolved. It really has evolved.
It's evolved. It's true. He's gonna have nightmares about Mark, the nightmare Mark. So yeah,
We need to put a
I
horror game.
I
for
figure if
Mark
I
the Shark.
stand, it's probably better for me because if I just sit there, I feel like I get shorter and fatter. So that's it. It's now people find it weird when I sit now. I do sit when I have like private conversations, like when I was talking to Barnacles the other day. Big thanks to him, by the way. Barnacles put me in touch with the Haddington Dynamics folks and just being incredibly supportive. He's the guy who raided Baz's stream and blew him away. Calcom, well, you can dedicate hazelnuts in a squirrel feeder. That way you won't have rats.
By
Oh,
Sharknado.
wait a sec. You can have a squirrel feeder that's just hazelnuts because was it rats don't like hazelnuts or something? Russian zombie spy Sharknado. Indeed.
I just had an idea. We could also make this like we could make it like a raft sort of thing, or we can make it like you have this underwater lab on the
Ooh.
seafloor.
I feel
And
like.
then-
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then basically there's this zombie shark. I don't know if this could be made in Roblox because this seems like this is something like more like a single player game.
Hmm.
But like you're in this thing and you have to monitor like stuff like oxygen and like make sure everything's secured. But then you can also but you also have to go out to get supplies while not like getting attacked by the shark or zombie shark or whatever.
That's
Basically,
very
try to-
raft. Or what was the other one, Baz, that you played? There was another one, a water one that you played. Wasn't there? There was some game where he had to go underwater and get stuff, then come back in again, and build things and fix technology. Cal, do you
I guess
remember?
that is like
No.
raft except
Nautica,
um,
Subnautica.
Oh.
Subnautica,
what's
oh,
Yeah, Subnautica. That was it. That was kind of a fun one. It was very similar to that Noodles.
yeah? So like but it different from like Raft in the way stop trying to search this up, but different from the raft in the way that like you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about like food and water, but like if that just make sure like water doesn't come into the sub or whatever. But
Huh.
it still
Um,
looks interesting.
Sorry, as you say,
This
so
looks cool.
Harklight's back with us after a power outage. Oh dear, I hate the power outages. As Pac Mom says, I didn't have power for 6 days. It's nice to have power. Yeah, No Man's Sky, I guess, is kind of Subnautica too. Baz has played that as well. You can sit on the chair and put your legs on the yoga ball. Yeah, it's true. Believe me, I do it. When you're not watching, that's what I'm doing. In fact, No Man's Sky is like Stargate in a way. Why is that? No Man's in what way, Stedman? Have you got a more comfortable chair yet, Lord Chunky? Or are you still using?
Yeah, I did.
You got a better chair?
Yeah.
Like more padding or like an actual game chair? No, you got like a workstation chair.
Not a gaming chair. It's autonomous ergo chair or something like that. It's a really nice chair.
Ooh, really? How'd you score that? You stole it from your
told my mom I
parents.
needed a chair.
Real? Wait, so which one did you get, Lord Chunky? Because I'm curious. Because I gotta say, well, I don't know. I've been eyeing the Noble chairs because I have sort of befriended or
I don't think you should get a gaming chair.
You don't think it would be worthwhile for me? The thing I like about the Noble chairs, the Noble chairs are designed not just for gaming. They're designed like they're just kind of like the high end. I don't mean to, sorry, I sound like I'm doing advertisements for them. I'm not. I just really like the people that I talked to there. They were very sort of helpful and supportive, and I loved their video on how to get sponsorship.
My dad is a Herman Miller, and I love it, so I steal it from him every once in a while.
Really? Yeah,
Oh,
that's like
Not using it at you.
that is like
And
the
it's
elite.
so
isn't it?
nice. Like, I don't know. You seem to be at your desk a lot, so I think if you had a chair that you liked and a desk that could actually like go to the proper level, you'd be really happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about Jane too. Jane has got to get her office set up ergonomically because she's just at the weirdest angles all the time because she's like standing and sitting and she's sort of like klooged together a standing desk that just has a little thing for her laptop to sit on, and I just worry because she's there. I mean, I'm here all the time, but I'm just, I'm indestructible, of course. Whereas she just seems, yeah, she seems sort of literally glued to the desk most of the day. So, man, that Herman Miller stuff is pretty, isn't it? And expensive.
Look at that. Cal seems to be experimenting.
I don't know. I think it's worth it. Like, my dad got a used one, but like even at full price, if you sit a lot, like I would buy one of those if I had money.
I'm with you. Like I agree. I think it's like, to me, it's like buying a bed, right?
So the one that they partnered with Logitech to make.
Oh, Cal, thank you for doing that. That's great. Barnacles gets a shout out. That's perfect.
Look, it's all fancy too with diamonds and stuff. Also, Cal.
Diamonds.
Yeah, like
Diamonds. I don't know, it's not diamonds.
So
Well,
Elab
not
likes the
diamonds.
Secret Lab chair. Yeah, the Secret Lab chair is like very highly rated.
Secret Lab.
No, you think overpriced?
Yeah.
Um,
It really is just a gaming chair with a bigger price tag on it.
huh.
The one thing that the gaming chairs I don't like about them is
Mm-hmm.
like in the store they don't have like a proper lumbar support. It's always just like a cushion that's like adjustable that can be moved up and down.
And you
Which
think,
like is not the same as proper.
huh? Well, look, the reality is people have been working at desks longer than they've been gaming. So there's a good chance that there may be, there may be things that like workstation chairs would have that perhaps gaming chairs wouldn't. I would think, given the amount of money that they spend on these things, that they must be getting better at designing them specifically for making sure that you are in the right position when you're gaming and stuff, right?
Like it's easier to game while sitting.
I wonder
Like if you have armrests. My old chair didn't have armrests, and I find it's like really easier to aim if you have armrests. I find.
So you
supports your arm.
So you support your arm, and then you've got. Well, apparently you're not supposed to have any bend in the wrist. When you're using the mouse, it should be straight, because any bend is cutting off cutting off circulation.
How would that work? You'd have it like.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed
have
to be
your armrest up, but.
a little bit, just so that your hand doesn't have to.
It's not that comfortable. I have like a little bit of a bend, but it's very small.
And then the same thing with like controllers, like that guy, Dr. Levy, the gaming doctor guy I mentioned before. He talks about even just the position for for the controller. Like you shouldn't have your controller tilted forward. It needs to be tilted back when you're playing. It's better for that. Or was it forward? One of the two now. But basically, again, trying to keep the bends out of your...
Forward, because everyone has to tilt it back.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to check with Dr. Levi. Levi? I don't know how to say it. The gaming doctor. I need a better desk and chair situation. I use a folding table and an old chair from Staples. No fancy gaming chair. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm still using... This is an old Staples chair, too. This is like one of the cheaper workstation ones. Can you see it? Probably not. But
I think if Baz is staying upstairs, you should just take his spot and then get a nice chair, and then you're sorted.
See, I mean, this works fine. It's not perfect by any means. I'd like it to have a little bit more.
A proper way to sit, because that one doesn't adjust down low enough to sit on.
Well, you know what's funny about it is that it loses its steam. So you sit in it, and it'll like you'll be sitting there like doing a meeting, and suddenly you'll be like,
yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah, you like suddenly start disappearing. Yeah, generally not good for people, thinking, from the professional standpoint. I'm eating minstrels. Oh, Harklight, you jerk. Oh, what is? Oh my God, it's 1:30. Okay, 1:30. I'm out of here. I gotta go eat something.
Okay.
I just got a nice chair. The gaming chairs are usually overpriced compared to office chairs.
Spend your money.
Yeah, so Toasted Fart agrees with you, Lord Chunky.
Yeah.
Overpriced compared to office chairs with better lumbar support. Lumbar support's critical, says Pac-Man. I have an extra lumbar cushion for mine. I spend so many hours in my chair. Interesting.
It's pizza time, David.
Stedman says it's pizza time.
Like, whenever I go to, like, Canada Computers or something, you can sit in those gaming chairs.
And just try them out.
It's not nearly as comfortable as the chair I have at home here. Like,
I've
even
definitely...
if they're, like,
Baz's chair is pretty freaking comfortable, I gotta say. I mean, although I don't know about lumbar support on that one. How does it feel for your lower back, Baz, when you're playing on that chair? He's in his chat. We've lost him to his dual screen. His dual screening is basically become his single screening. I like to sit cross-legged. I wonder if there's something that could sell chairs that are good for that, huh? Yeah, I used to like sitting cross-legged. I never sat in a chair properly, ever.
I think then you should just sit on the ground, honestly.
or get one of those big those big pillow things. But you need the back support, I find. Although, you know what? The yoga ball is pretty good because it keeps your core engaged, right? It could potentially be better for you. My legs are asleep after 2 hours of chat. Stedman, I'm with you. My legs go to sleep all the time.
Does that mean we should finish up so people can actually walk around a bit?
You're saying we've been going for 2 hours. We're supposed to take 10 minutes off, aren't we? But I'm already standing, right? So I'm fine. Who else? Okay, who's sitting? Who's standing? I'm standing. Who's sitting?
I'm sitting.
I think all of us are sitting. I think normal people sit.
Who?
I'm sitting.
Lord Chunky, his final thoughts. Normal people sit. Everyone's sitting. Is anyone standing? No one's standing. Is it just me? I thought standing was supposed to be better for me. I need one of them stand desks. Look, you know what? I have the IKEA one, which is I think about as cheap and basic as you can get, except it's, other than a manual one, this is an electric one. But although the manual one's probably more expensive.
Needs to pee. Stedman needs to pee.
Stedman's got to pee. Stedman says they stand to pee, which is exciting for everyone to know. Cal, that was modern measurements. What? I'm missing something. Hello, Geezer Geek, by the way. Sitting now, but I stopped for lunch. All right, always sitting. Hobbit from space. How dare you, heretic? Says Cal. All right. So there's not a lot of standing people there. I'm worried about IKEA Wobble with their sit-stand desk. You know what? Well,
I didn't get their sit-stand desk. It's so wobbly. I was at the IKEA.
Look at this. Here you go.
I got my desk. I got one of the.
I'm wobbling it right now. It's not horrible. I mean, it wobbles a bit. I don't mind it. I mean, the wobble isn't a problem for me. I don't mind a little bit of wobble. Yeah, I know. The shaking camera is terrible. Looks like an earthquake at Toronto, indeed. But honestly, you do have to kind of make it wobble. If I when I hit the table or hit the mic or anything or the mouse or anything, you'll get a little bit of a wobble for sure. But I should probably if I just isolated the camera, that would be that would solve all of those problems. But again, I
Dave,
don't like to commit.
Get a normal person
Davey,
desk,
Dave says.
chair, and be a normal person.
Well, if you want to, if it's gonna be sturdy, if as long as it's sturdy, even if it wobbles a bit, I think the heavier stuff you put on it, the more stay put it would.
Well, maybe.
No, it
I
must
mean,
be how much it wobbles. I think
I
that would make it more top heavy and make it wobble more.
I've got 2 monitors and the trash Mac, and and a laptop and mics and stuff. Honestly, depending on what you want to spend, it's certainly done the trick for me. There was a couple of other ones that I really like. In fact, you were talking about, what was the name of the company that you said had your chair? The Anonymous or something, or
Autonomous.
Autonomous. They have some freaking cool sitting and standing desks. Actually, the Autonomous AI. They've got some really cool stuff. I'm gonna throw a link in here. I'm not supporting them in any way other than just geeky curiosity. Wow, that is a long search thing. But they have some really nice stuff. Like their sitting and standing desk looks really cool. And they're not crazy expensive. I mean, I guess you spend a lot of money on desks.
Oh, my
don't you?
desk was like $130, and it has no wobble whatsoever. Like, I can take both my hands and wobble it back and forth, and nothing moves.
Is it a sitting and standing desk?
No.
No, I mean, so
Just
like
normal
standard
people sit.
desks. Yeah, standard
Normal
desks.
people
It's not
sit.
hard to get them to be. No, you're supposed to stand as well. It's good for standing's good. Oh, man.
Well, I think standing is good as a break. If you're standing, how about every time you should stand, you should just go and be off the computer.
I'm so looking into this. I'm looking into this right now. Maybe not right now, but later I'll look into this and I will get you stats that say we should all be standing.
We're currently 5 minutes past the time.
What? 5 minutes past the time that was randomly chosen by me before?
Yes.
We're supposed to be done by. Isn't it supposed to? It's supposed to be 11 to 1, anyways, isn't it? Isn't it like something?
Everyone
Man,
here seems just as enthusiastic to stay.
I just want all of the desks that Autonomous make. Just so you know. Hey, maybe we can get sponsored by Autonomous, and I can get a desk. What's that? Ergo stools.
Sure. The ergo stool is interesting looking.
That is neat looking. Except you know what would happen? I would fall flat on my butt all the time. Which chair do you have? Do you have the Ergo chair too, or something, or what's your? Which one do you have?
Yeah, I have the ergo chair too.
And okay, so what are those? So $349. Now
It's a nice chair.
that's kind of what I was spending on even just the cheap old Staples ones, I guess.
It's like $100 more than their average.
But honestly, I wouldn't buy a chair now. I would buy a better standing desk for Jane.
You'd buy a better. Why? Buy a chair. Just get yourself like a Herman Miller or something, and then you'll understand.
But
that
what happens
chairs
if I
are
suddenly?
light.
But then I'm just gonna get fatter and fatter.
I don't think standing burns that many calories. Surprisingly.
It does. I'm moving all the time. No, you know what I need? I need one of those things that make you walk. Those little walker things.
Put your walking machine in front of your desk.
Yeah, but then I'd be like hitting the screen every time with the elliptical thing.
And then you gotta make it power your computer. So your
Oh,
computer
that's
stop,
what.
computer
Yeah.
stop.
You know, there's a guy I worked with who I think his parents. I think he said this. I think it was him. I think it was Cavan who said that his dad set up his TV that he could only watch it if he was pedaling. It would only it would generate the electricity for him to watch the screen, so he could only watch TV while he was like pedaling at his computer. I'm just saying those. Oh, look at the double smart desk. That's what I want. It's only $750. I guess this
For
is
a desk, you could buy like 5 desks.
probably American too, and I don't think that even comes with a top. I think that's just the actual like frame.
Well, then you could put like a nice slab of wood on top.
Yeah, which is something I've always loved the idea of doing, or taking an old.
How heavy could you do on top of that thing?
Probably pretty heavy. I mean, they're built pretty with a certain amount of stability. Just get a lazy boy and a wireless keyboard and a mouse. Connect the PC to a 65-inch TV. You never get out.
Oh, I have a wireless mouse, and I love just.
Thank you.
Because my monitor's in my room. If I put it on the edge of my desk,
Yeah.
I can go lie in my bed and I can use the mouse to control it.
Oh.
Great.
But wait a second. Would you use a wireless mouse for gaming?
Yeah.
Is it fast enough?
Yes, they're just as fast as wired ones.
Really?
Yes.
So why am I stuck with all these damn cables everywhere? Baz, We should have wireless mice. You said American with a bit of disdain there. I did? Who? American? Who's American? I am American. I'm American, British, and Canadian. I have passports for each of them, so I'm allowed to be snarky about any of them. Oh, that's it. So I should be wearing a shark suit on the next chat.
Yes!
Hello, I'm Mark.
Wait,
Mark
and
attack.
do one after that, because I might not be able to make it to the next
Oh.
chat. I'm gonna try really, really hard though.
Maybe I can 3D print a fin that I can put on my head or something.
Because I think
Yes.
I think you should maybe all the wireless mice are good.
All the wireless mice are good?
Pretty much. Not Corsair.
Yeah, Stedman likes the wireless mice too.
Oh, so keep going.
Imagine,
Sorry.
we're all cutting each other off, but I just imagine Lord Chunky saying, "Oh, they're all good except for this one and that one, and you know that one isn't really good, and this one isn't really good either."
Wired for me, period. Geezer Geek will only use wired. Yeah, I sort of like...
Why? There's no latency difference. Like when I'm using the mouse plugged in, there's no difference between that and when I'm using it not plugged in.
It's one of those things that for some reason I just always assumed it was more responsive, but I need to change up the mice more. I was looking at that. It was the penguin one that you were talking about, because I need to do something with my hands because that's why I started doing the exercises, was because I needed to, to learn how to sort of like unstiffen all of my arms and fingers and everything. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up because my tummy's grumbling, and my tummy's grumbling, which would make the best ASMR, but Cal won't let me do it. But Cal will ban me for that, I think. So it's like there's a difference.
From your own channel.
A wireless mouse with a 144 hertz display. You do see it. Really?
Yeah, Nightbot has updated us. We've been here for 2 hours 35 minutes.
35 minutes. Holy moly. Okay, I got some pizza to eat.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and drag my son away from whatever he's doing that's not Tech Bandits. I wonder if we can get his attention to say goodbye though. Maybe we could do that. Hey, Ironham, Baz, buddy, Baz,
My mic was muted. I didn't mean to.
Ah, I see. Okay. I thought we'd wrap it up, so I thought you might want to be a part of that wrapping up part, right? But let me first say thank you to DStat, sponsorship level Patreon. Thank you, sir. Thank you to all of our Patreons. Thank you to all of our subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's donated money for this Tech Bandits madness. Baz, as we say, when it comes to the subscriptions, my portion is going towards Tech Bandits. Baz is going towards Pocket Money, which is buying him all sorts of gaming things to increase your gaming pleasure. Yes, I guess we should thank Cal. And is there anyone else modding today that I should know about? Who else is?
Nightbot, you did great.
I'm not going to thank the Nightbot. Unless we just call
Nightbot,
Cal.
you did great.
Cal-
Don't listen to what David says.
Cal the Nightbot. We could call it just Cal the Nightbot.
Cal really isn't a good.
It's Calbot. I swear. Thank you for all
Well,
coming, you lovely nerds. What's happening with Cal? Okay, Cal's been hacked.
been possessed.
She's
She's
been hacked. She's been hacked.
Wait. Maybe while she's thinking like this, so I heard you say something about like multiple Sennheiser headphones. Like, why would you need multiple headphones,
Man,
right?
You're like
You only need one.
You're like you've gripped onto those Sennheiser.
No, you need two, not one.
Why do you need two? Do you have like an open and a
Well,
closed
one for
back?
each.
Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Well, it's better to have it and.
Always.
Well,
buy
it's
a
better
spare.
just to have it to begin with, right?
Always have a
Like-
spare. That's my
Lord
philosophy.
Chunky is like gripped onto this like Mark the Bull Shark.
Honestly,
Well,
it probably
okay.
costs us the amount of money to buy another pair as to ship them from Belgium.
What do they cost?
The good ones are up to 200.
How much?
Which
The
what
good ones
ones?
are up to 200.
Yeah.
200, you
What
talking
ones
about
do you
200
have,
euros?
Let's say around 300 Canadian.
Okay, all right. Wow. See,
Well,
my
probably more
hearing
than
is
that,
so
probably
bad.
more.
I can't be.
What that I would get are about 180.
Really. I just.
569.
Oh god, my thing is just I can't warrant spending that kind of money on headphones because I just don't feel like I'd notice the difference.
But you can spend $700 on a desk, but not
Exactly,
like
but that I
200 on
but I
headphones.
notice that. Whereas the headphones,
This is how much we squirrel.
I've got lousy.
We're
lousy
in the
hearing
middle
already.
of saying goodbye.
Oh,
And
that's
now
right. We're in the middle of saying
talking
goodbye. That's right. Okay.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Wilma, why are you ruining this? We're just
I'm
trying.
sorry.
Don't end it for us.
I just need to
I'm
convince
hungry.
Oh, you're hungry too. Oh, that's. Oh, wait a sec. Come on, Lord Chunky. You do
Well,
not
you
want to
clearly
get
have a
between a
mom to do
nerd and their food, right? No one wants to get in the way between,
And
you know, a
it
nerd
smells
and their
really
food.
good. It smells so good.
What's
My
why?
mom
What
makes
have you got
one.
going there?
I don't know, but it smells good.
Dave has got all of his barnacles icons. Nice. All right. Okay, I'm out of here. I can't.
So
Alright.
until we geek again.
Yeah, let me find the thing that makes me hang
You
up.
gotta say more enthusiastically. You sound
So
like you're sure.
until we geek again.
All
Still not
right.
it. Try it
Uh,
again.
again, thank you, Cal. Thank you, mods. Thank you,
everyone
everybody.
so much.
Until we geek again.
Again.
Huzzah! Huzzah!